Yo, my people, how not day now? Like the vid, like the vid, like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button, smash the like button, smash that freaking like button, my people. Smash the like button, guys. This is a UCL draw for the very first time. I'm gonna be doing these two streams. One I'm doing right now, and the other one is gonna be in the evening for because of some guys who have a different time zone. We decided to kind of do like a two streams for the people. People can have their say. So we're gonna be doing the Champions League draw. We're gonna be doing a reaction to the Champions League draw. We're gonna talk about it because the draw is officially out. We're gonna talk about Patrick Vieira being sacked by Crystal Palace. We're also gonna discuss. We're also gonna do the Europa League draws too because the Europa League draw is out. We're gonna do the Europa League draw too because the draw is out for the Europa League. We're gonna do that also too. We're gonna make sure we do the Europa League draw too. Also, we after doing the Europa League draw too, we're gonna talk about a little bit of the Premier League matches, but that one possibly gonna be most important. Gonna be in the evening, but surely, we're gonna talk about the UCL day because we have to react to it. And I'm happy because I predicted we're gonna face Madrid, and officially we're gonna be facing Real Madrid in Santiago Bernabeu in April the 12th. We're gonna be facing Madrid at the Bernabeu Stadium. Manchester City, Bayern, Napoli versus AC Milan, Inter Milan, Benfica. Wow. And Chelsea versus Real Madrid. Wow, what a tie. We're gonna talk about it. Make sure you like the vid, smash the like button, smash the like button, get that likes up, guys. Get that likes up. Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. Get the likes up, again. Get the likes up. Like that vid, smash the like button, guys. Smash that like button. Smash that freaking like button. My people, let's go. Yo, my people, when I did and like the video, guys, like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, smash the like button. So, guys, we're gonna be talking about the UCL draws reaction because officially the draws are out. When Chelsea faced Real Madrid at the Bernabeu Stadium for the third time in a row. The last time we won the Champions League was in 2020-2021 where we faced them. So they were rebuilding the Bernabeu Stadium. So we played at the Stefano Stadium where we won the match and we went on to live the UEFA Champions League. The second season, Madrid beat PSG, Manchester City, and Chelsea, and went on to win the UEFA Champions League because they beat us at home by 2-1, while we beat them at the Bernabeu Stadium 3-1. But they went through on away goal difference, so that was what kind of made them win through. So this time again, we are meeting for the third time in a row. For the freaking third time in a row, we are meeting Real Madrid for the third time in a row. It's gonna be a speaking match, man. It's gonna be a freaking speaking match where we're gonna be talking about it. Manchester City versus Bayern. Pep Guardiola going back home. Wow. We're gonna talk about it. Napoli versus AC Milan. Inter Milan versus FC Benfica. Wow. We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna have a discussion about it. We're also gonna talk about Vieira getting sacked. Is it harsh? Are we saying it's too harsh? Because sometimes, especially what is called, especially the Premier League matches. The Premier League matches for me, especially if you don't win matches, you're gonna get sacked. And the problem is it's all about result-based business. And if the result isn't kind of getting to what you want, you're gonna get sacked. I feel for Patrick Vieira because I believe he needs to be given time. But Premier League is a result based. If you don't get a result, you're gonna get fired. Yeah. Gunners, we got a big dog. We got Madrid. I predicted Real Madrid in my prediction, and I got Madrid. I'm so happy. We're going to Bernabeu. I think me and Blue Eyes predicted Madrid, and we got Madrid. So I'm happy we got Madrid. We're gonna be facing them in the Bernabeu Stadium. So I'm not worried. I just want to see the mentality of the player. How we're gonna react. But it's Madrid. So I would rather face Madrid now in the quarterfinal of the semis and knock them out rather than facing them in the final. Because if I face them in the final, I'm not winning that match in the final. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not winning that match in the final because it's not gonna happen. Yeah, Vieira hasn't won a game in 3 months. Wow, yeah. He's been sacked, man. And I understand people say give him time, give him time, give him time. But we all know football. Football is a result-based business. And if you don't get the result, you're gonna bounce. You have to bounce. Yeah, failed to score in the last 4 matches. Yeah, I think for me, with what the result are saying, I think he should be able to he should be going because the Palace show that they have an ambition, they want to win. But the problem for me, the problem is it's not even about Vieira, it's about Palace because he has the squad which I believe he can put that squad together. And once they can put that squad together, they can win matches. Yeah, Chioma, are you there now? You can come into the show and join us, Chioma. You can join us and let's have a discussion on UCL draws. UCL draws. Bring your food, oh, bring your food. I'm taking some hot tea. Bring your food, oh, bring your food. We can chill. Let's have a discussion about football. So, it's sacked. I'm not surprised that it's sacked because when it comes to the EPL, especially football, it's a result oriented. So if you don't win matches, you're gonna get fired. You are crying, Chioma. I said it. We're gonna face Madrid. Me and Blue, I said I want Madrid, and we got our wish. I wanted Madrid, and I got Madrid. So, Chioma, you don't need to cry. Don't worry. It's a UCL match. The boys is gonna pull through. Don't worry. Believe in the boys. They're gonna pull through. They will pull through. Don't worry. They will. So for me though, it's a result-based business because if you don't get the result, you're gonna get fired. And people might say it's harsh on Vieira. I don't think it's a little bit hard because if you look at the record in 2023, he hasn't won a match. It's difficult, right? Because if you can't win a match in 2023, it's very, very. I rate Vieira very highly because that guy is a very fantastic baller. He's a baller, but sometimes it happens in football where maybe 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour plus. Let's see. It depends on how many people come and do. But we see though, we see. Because he hasn't won a match in 2023, and that is a detriment on his. And like I said, sometimes most former players, especially athletes, doesn't really make good manager. So it's difficult because sometimes you have to put together a like a run of matches and also win matches together, have a pattern of play. I rate Vieira very highly because I know how good of a player he is. I watched him play when I was growing up. So, but it's difficult because he took the Palace job for them finishing very highly. But especially football is a result-oriented business, and if you don't get results, you're gonna get fired. You're gonna get fired, man. Let me read the chat. So, Vote for says Vieira could make an argument about being the lowest spender in summer window. Compare them to West Ham, who spend a lot of money. Palace are ahead of them. Obviously, the owner felt different. Yes, I agree, though. Vote, I agree, yeah. But the problem is there might be a reason why he was sacked, though, because I don't think he is that bad in the EPL where he can't salvage a win. I don't think they are really kind of that bad where they can't get a win. But it's difficult because if the ownership feels they can't trust him going forward, in terms of because they're gonna be in the relegation fight, they don't want to be there. Fair enough. I understand that. I get that. I understand that. If the ownership feel they can because of the relegation fight and everything, they're a little bit worried about their future and everything. I get that, but they didn't spend much as West Ham United. And West Ham United are 17th or 16th in the table. Where are they? So I can understand Vieira's argument where it's harsh to sack him. But like I always tell people, football is a result based. If you don't get the result that the ultras, the people, the fans want, you're gonna get fired. So I'm not surprised Vieira is fired, but I still believe it's a little bit too harsh for me though. Based on where they are in the table, where I still believe they can still find a way to win. Just about them winning one matches and the confidence keep growing. One matches and they keep growing. One matches and they keep growing. That's my own take about it because yes, I agree they haven't won matches in 3 months. You can also see them thing about Potter too, where the fans wanted him to sack, including me. I want him gone, but the ownership have a different idea where they say regardless of the result, we're gonna back the manager because it's one of us. So I'm a little bit in the middle here because I think it's harsh to let him go, but I can understand why they sack him though. I can understand why they sack him. It's very harsh to let him go. Very, very harsh to let him go. But I can understand why they sack him. I can understand why they sack him because they want to win. They have a different opinion. Guys, like the vid, guys. Get that freaking likes up. Smash the like button, guys. Get that likes up, guys. So I can understand why they sack him, why they let him go. I understand that, but I think it's harsh because I know Vieira wants to do well in Palace. I get that he wants to do well, but he hasn't won matches. He hasn't won any matches in 2023, and it's difficult because, especially the EPL, is a very fast-paced um, result because we know for a fact that if you don't win matches, you're gonna be in trouble. I mean, so they are 12th in the table. So I don't think they are bad. They are 12th in the table, which I don't think they are bad though. But the problem is they haven't won matches though. So I think the ownership have a different idea. So this is the Premier League table here. So Palace are 12th in the table. So which I believe I don't think they're bad. They are 12th in the table. I can understand why Vieira is sad because EPL is especially football is a result-based business. If you don't get the required result, you're gonna get fired. Whether you're a legend, whether you're a top coach, you're gonna get fired. So when my people might say Potter this Chelsea ownership have a different view. I can tell people if it's Abramovich as a Chelsea ownership, Potter will have been gone since August last year. He will have been fired right immediately on spot. He's gone. But because of the ownership have a different view, they believe he's the right man for their project, and they trusted him. Do Palace ownership and boardroom have the same opinion? I'm not sure. Because I don't think they are bad. I do not. But it's a result-based business. It's a result-based business. So it is what it is. Mr. Tom, how are you doing, brother?
Evening, how we doing?
Oh, I'm chilling. It's my first time doing this, though. My first time, though. Maybe I'll do this one. We'll see.
What like midday streams?
Yes, it's my very first time doing it. Except I'm doing like a watch along, but my first time doing this though. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'm gonna be doing this like long time. We'll see because the fans wanted me to do it, and the guests and the people that come out. Okay, let's make it work. So your take on Vieira. Is it harsh to let go of Vieira? Looking at the point they are in the table, because I don't think they are bad.
Personally, no. Because you do look where they are in the table. Like 12th is, I think 12th's normally a standard season for a club like Palace, and like teams like Palace and Villa, yeah, they aspire to get Europe, but that's only in like the odd occasional season where they actually push and challenge for it. Like you take, for example, Crystal Palace of maybe 3-4 years ago under Roy Hodgson, they were pushing where Brighton and Brentford were right now. That's how like performance-wise they were, but when we look at it now, I think it is a bit harsh on him because I think he's barely been there. He's been there 18 months. Like, he's had maybe one major transfer window in the summer. I think I look at some of the players that he's actually brought to the club as well. I think, as a group, I don't think they're a bad group of players. You've got players like Iberieze, you've got Edwards. Obviously, you've got Wilfried Zaha. Joachim Andersen, I think, is a brilliant centre-back for Palace alongside Mark Gahey, who's obviously got a spot in the national team as well for the upcoming internationals with England. Tyrone Malacia as well as a fullback. I think he's got some good players at his disposal. And look, I think overall with Vieira, I think a lot of these, Crystal Palace fans, they weren't complaining when I think he took them to, was it a quarter-final or a semi-final of a tournament last year for I think it was the FA Cup or Carabao Cup.
It was the semis.
Semis of FA
Cup.
So listen, they went to Wembley, didn't they? So I don't really see like you go from a progression in terms of that to then this. Like I don't really see it. And like I say, it's not like they're in crisis. At the end of the day, they are like. I think that they are where they should be, really, for a team like Palace, just based on the players that they have. And Wilfred Zaha has obviously slowed down in terms of a player of what he had done previously, because some of the numbers he was getting and performances he was putting in, he was one of the best players in the league. We have to admit in saying that, especially at the level that Crystal Palace were at. He was maybe the best player out of. He was maybe the best of the rest of the players out of maybe the top 6 teams, if you want to call it that, I guess. Out of the big 6, he was probably the best player outside of that. And you could include players like Jamie Vardy and things like that. Yeah, that's understandable. But overall, and aside from the point, I just think you look at Vieira and the job he's done individually with players. I think he has improved a lot of those players just individually. But even as a team, like, the problem is you go like 12 games without winning. I can see why Palace might not have much faith in him when you look at the stats side of it. But on the contrary, I think you look at him performance-wise, and I think, he's given a lot to Crystal Palace in the short term, I guess. He gave them that day at Wembley and things like that. I think he's built a quite substantial team. Got some good players in there, young players as well, that he's helped develop and move on. So I do think it's harsh. And listen, I think even upon him getting sacked from Crystal Palace, I think he'll still get another job somewhere else, personally, because I think what we've seen.
I rate him higher than Lampard, though. I rate him higher than Lampard. In terms of coaching, coaching and everything.
I'll say this honestly, right? In terms of coaching, I'd rate him better than, say, I don't know Lampard at Chelsea. I don't know, because he had some good coaches at Chelsea that helped him. If you're talking about the Lampard at Everton, then yeah, absolutely. But I think, apart from, like, even with, say, Ollie, for example, with us, like, Ollie wasn't a brilliant coach, but he had young coaches next to him who, like, you look at Michael Carrick, for example, with Middlesbrough, they were near the bottom half of the Championship. They might get promoted this season. Like,
they were 16th when they took over.
16th when they took over, and now I think they're like 2 points away from automatic promotion. Like, you look at such as that and you think there's progression there. He was one of the main coaches who was on the staff under Ollie. And in the same way with, I think, Vieira, I think him as a man manager, he's not a big tactician, Vieira. I think a lot of people understand that. But putting his arm around a player and, supporting players and, like, man management, I think he's good at that side of management. And some cases you need to have that to be a top coach. And listen, this is what I don't get with Palace, because when shit was hitting the fan last season with Arsenal and with Arteta and everything, people were saying that Vieira should be the next person to go there after Arteta if Arteta wasn't to work out. Like, you have to work on the contrary and you have to look at things and think, well, Arsenal were potentially looking at him not so long ago. I'm sure, like I say, he'll get a job in France or something. I think he will get a job in APL. I think he will get a job. He got sacked from Nice, didn't he, in the end? Yes, I think he'll, a Lyon or I don't know where else could we think of? I
think because of his legacy, Patrick Vieira, I think he will get a job in EPL. I don't know which job he's gonna take over. I think he might get a job in EPL. It depends. It depends.
I don't know though, because I just look at a lot of these teams now and I think, where could I see him fitting in? And honestly, I don't. Southampton, no. Leeds, no. Bournemouth, I don't think
Leeds,
so.
Yes, if they sack their manager, maybe if they make it out of the relegation zone and they start him, it might change them.
I don't know though.
Sure. I think Bournemouth will be fine because Bournemouth can skip through. They'll be fine for me.
Bournemouth can score goals, but they can't defend. That's the problem with them.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth will be. They will hedge it for me. In terms of the relegation scrap, they will hedge it for me though. They will.
Who do you actually think is going to go? Out of those teams?
For me, I only have 3 teams. Who is going down for me? 3 teams: Southampton, Leeds, and West Ham.
Southampton, Leeds, and West Ham. Jeez.
I think Bournemouth will escape to. Bournemouth will go to. I think Leicester City will also escape to. But I won't be surprised if Leicester if they get relegated. I will not be surprised. But I think West Ham, because of the Europa Conference League and everything, they are not concentrated enough. It might kind of wait them, because if they get relegated, their clients will leave on a cheaper price.
I think it depends though on not even just Declan Rice. Like, Jared Bowen's a good player as well. You've got to think, and he's marketable because he's English as well, and he's still young. Like, same thing with Declan Rice.
Taid Benrahma too.
But Benrahma, I think he'd get another club. Like he could go back to Brentford, where he actually came from. They're still in the Premier League, aren't they? So there is still avenues there for clubs. But just to take it back to Vieira, I just think at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to be short of an offer of another job somewhere else. Whether it be, me personally, I think a club in France will take him if they look at moving somebody on. A Lyon or somewhere like that, a Lille, something like that kind of club where it's not on the periphery of PSG, but it's one of the clubs where you're going to be competing and you're going to be, have a decent squad to work with and a foundation to work with. But overall, we have to look at it.
Yeah, I agree. Because it is tough though, because looking at the position here, because he hasn't won any match in 2023. I'm like, 12th position, yeah, that for me that is the Crystal Palace level. Do the board think they can aim more by sacking him? I'm not sure, but it depends on what the conversation the board has with him, because they didn't spend much money. West Ham United spend a lot of money. They are 17th at the table. So I'm confused. Because if West Ham win the Conference League, they go to the Europa League. That's another money for them. Okay, I get that with the amount of money they spend. But Palace didn't spend a lot of money. So I think Vieira is doing his best to win matches, and he's done relatively well for me. Though. That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit harsh to let go of him. Though. It's very harsh based on where they are. For me, I think if they were like 17, 16, I can understand that. Exactly. That is my point. What are they trying to achieve by the end of the season? What is the target? I don't know. That's my point. I don't know what they are trying to achieve. I don't know. That is my issue with them now. What is their main point going forward? What are they trying to achieve going forward? I don't know. That's why I'm like, you sack a manager like Vieira. Okay, I get you. What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve? So, what do you think? Because I think it's harsh for me, though. I think it's harsh.
It is harsh, yeah. Overall, when you think about it, he's not been given a lot of time, and obviously, yeah, you know that Crystal Palace are financially constrained, but overall, like he's not had the time to properly work with this group. He's had basically one pre-season until let's be real. So,
we'll see, though. We'll see, because like I said, Premier League is a result-based business, and if you don't get the result that is required, you're gonna get sacked. And I think because this is where I'm a little bit confused. West Ham and Bournemouth. West Ham have the manager in David Moyes, and they have quality. For me, they have quality players better than Bournemouth. But I think Bournemouth will scrape through on thin edge, because I believe they can score more goals than West Ham. I don't know what is going on with West Ham this year. I think they need a new manager for me. I don't think David Moyes is the guy. And they need a new manager for me, because they have the quality player to out any teams in the EPL. You got what I'm saying? But they need a new manager for me. That's what I think. They need a new manager for me. I don't think Moyes is the guy for me, though. I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's the guy for me. They need a new manager for me. That's why I'm putting them together. Because if I see West Ham after 7 matches, they are angling in 17, 16. I think the board might sack him.
I don't think they'd sack him toward the end of the season, though. That's the problem.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, no.
And when this guy said, would they take Jesse Marsh? Do you think Crystal Palace would take Jesse Marsh?
Personally, no. I don't think they would. I'll tell you, I think they'd take Roy Hodgson back, personally.
Yeah, maybe end of the season. Then when the season finished, then look at
when the season finished, whether they're down or up or whatever. Like, I think it's clear that I think they will be in the Premier League next season. But I don't know. I just think a manager like that, Roy Hodgson, with the experience that he's had, and obviously he's been there previously, like he's not exactly had any more offers in football at the moment, has he? Someone like that, maybe. I would have said maybe Rafa Benitez, something like that, but I don't think it'd suit them personally. As Crystal Palace, I don't know. I just think it's really difficult. Like you'd have said something like an Eddie Howe would have been perfect for that job, But like, obviously, he's at Newcastle now. Like, if he weren't at Newcastle when he just had that experience with Bournemouth, is what I'm
Bournemouth,
saying. Like, would
mm-hmm.
you go for something like a Michael Carrick, who's high and flying in the Championship? Like there is options there at the end of the day to
But
look at.
Middlesbrough will not let him go. That's the problem. They won't let him go.
Not if
But
they come up. If they come up, then no, I don't
the
think they'd let
problem is
Michael Carrick go.
even if they come up, Carrick has taken them to the Premier League. They want to do their way of keeping. That's what I'm saying. That I don't think they'll let him go because Palace are in a difficult situation where I understand they haven't won matches, but is it the right move for them to let go of VIERRA? That's I'm a little bit not sure. I'm not sure. I'm on the edge on this. I'm very on the edge on this. Very, very on the edge on this. As I'm not really sure about it. Because I believe yes, it should be sad because they haven't won matches. But I'm also thinking that it's very, very complicated for me though. Very, very complicated. For me. It is, man. It is very complicated for me though. Because I'm in the middle of this because Tom, this is me now. If they sack him, what are they achieving end of this season? Are they finishing 7?
Nothing.
I don't think
Nothing.
so. Are they finishing 10? I don't think so.
They might finish lower just because of that. They might finish lower. Just based on that, they might end up finishing lower than they are actually in the league now.
Why did they let go of VIERRA then?
Don't know. Something new. Might have fallen out with the board or something like. You don't know. I don't know. I know when he was at Nice, he had some problems with the actual hierarchy there, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I think it's strange. Really, really strange. Like, I would have expected this at say West Ham. A team like that, not a Palace where they're sitting. You might as well call it. They're sitting basically mid-table, aren't they? Let's be real. At the end of the day, like, so it is just a bit strange in the timing of it and everything.
Because it's like a confusion to me. I get he hasn't won matches. People want him to win matches, but it is tough. Very, very tough for me, though. Very, very tough. Very, very. And because I rate VIERRA very highly. I don't know how you rate him, but I rate him very highly, though. He's one of the players when I grew up watching, I'm like, what a player he is. Magnificent player. What a player he is. I can't afford it, man. I cannot rate him highly, but this is where my issue is now. That's what I'm saying. It is harsh to let go of him because of where they are in the table. I still believe they can still pull through for me though. But I can also understand why Palace let him go. I can understand why they let go of him. I can understand why they let go of him. Because I don't believe, like I still believe, it's harsh. I can understand that. So for me, let's talk a little bit. Quick take, Tom, your take on them before we dissect, deliberate it. Your take on Arsenal Europa League loss yesterday to Sporting.
Prioritise Premier League. That's probably all you can say with that. I think from looking at the Arsenal game, like they wanted to win it. Let's be honest. They played a strong enough team to win it, and they went 120 minutes. Like if you wanted to throw it and lose the game, like you would have done it in 90 minutes. You wouldn't have played the extra minutes. So they did play to win. I don't want to hear any people say that they did it just to chuck it and focus on the league. But I think if you asked any Arsenal fan if they'd have won the Europa League or the Premier League, they'd have won the Premier League. Let's be real and honest. So at the end of the day, if they bottle it in the league from now, like there's no excuses. Let's be honest, because they've got no FA Cup, they've got no Euro, they've got no Europe, they've got nothing other than just focus on the Premier League and take it weekend by weekend, like they did last year, for example, toward the end of the season to try and get top four, and they bottled it. Going into the same category for this season, and
after the international break, they have 6 matches or 7 matches in a row.
Yeah,
Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let me look at their table and their matches now. before after Crystal Palace though, after Palace, they have Leeds. They will beat Leeds. Maybe not. We'll see. Liverpool, Lord have mercy. West Ham, relegation fight. Southampton. This Southampton here. That a team where I'm not gonna write them off. I'm not. Man City and Chelsea. See, Man City, Chelsea, and Newcastle in the same period, 26, 29, and May. See, you see these 3 matches here? These 4 matches. See, Brighton, Newcastle, City, and Chelsea. Lord have mercy. Those 4 matches, I don't know what's gonna happen. I do not know what's gonna happen. Those 4 matches, Arsenal better get a win in the matches because it might go ugly. It might go ugly. It might go ugly though because people say they want to see them go get a run in the Premier League. But yes, they're gonna get a lot of rest. But the but is I've seen this scenario before where Arsenal get knocked out in the kind of most of the competition and they put all their eggs in one basket and they collapse. So am I gonna be surprised if they collapse? No, I'm not gonna be. I won't be surprised if they collapse. I will not. I will not be surprised if they cool. Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam, brother. Wa alaikum salam. Oh, brother, enjoy yourself. Enjoy. Chill out, bro. Enjoy. I'm just doing some midday stream for the guy for the man there who hasn't had the chance to talk the draw reaction of the draw. But for surely we'll talk about it today. This one, and also we're gonna do the one in the evening though. Sure. So we'll see though. We'll see. We'll see though. So do you think because this is my issue with the Arsenal now? Arteta said that he was kind of resting players because of the Premier League match and everything. I was like, okay, I understand that if you are resting players based on the Premier League, but Europa League is a tournament where you have to take serious, Tom. You're gonna take it serious. You're gonna take it serious. Every big club that have gone there, United went there under Mourinho, they won. Chelsea went there twice, they won it twice.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. So Arsenal is putting all their heads in the Premier League. What if they don't win the league? Then what happened? What happened?
Oh, there'll be absolute meltdown. All I'm going to say is Arsenal fans, right? Prepare for the banter because they've been giving it large on Twitter and on different YouTube platforms that they're going to win the league and all this, that, the other. And if they don't, from all the shite that they give other clubs, just expect to have the absolute nightmare of a summer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because they are putting all their eggs now. They're putting all their eggs in the in the Premier League match. And if they don't win the Premier League, it's gonna be a catastrophe for me though. Looking at them because you put all your eggs in it just for you to win the league, and at the end of the day, you come out short. All of that tell me as a manager. It doesn't bode well for me. Because now, if Arteta is losing matches now, what if it gets to the UCL matches where you're gonna be meeting quality player, Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Barcelona. Those are the big teams where you have to compete against them. Yes, I understand you want to buy quality players, but competing against them with Saka, Martinelli, when you have the likes of Vinicius, Benzema, and Co.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
because I watched the match yesterday. Sporting was a very good team, and Ruben Almiron for me, I have to keep an eye on that manager. He's a very damn good manager.
Yeah,
very good manager. He's a good manager. But I have to keep my eye on him. He's a good manager. He's a good manager. I like him. I like what I saw. What I saw most is they play without fear. That is what I like about them. They have a style of play where they stick to the way they want to play, and they did not. And they were playing without. We don't care. As long as we play with our own style of play, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
that's what I like about them. They play without fear, and they won. But that goal, that Sporting Lisbon guy, that goal, Lord have mercy. That goal to cut Ramsdale and that way. But do you blame Ramsdale for that goal, or do you think it happens?
I think it happens.
Because it stopped though, because people were putting blame on Ramsey that why did they come out? You should have stayed in sports, blah blah blah. Would they like the way he come out? But like shit, like stuff like this happens. I've seen it happen a lot in the Premier. Mostly goalkeeper goes out and the opposition look at the goalkeeper. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just dink it, and it dink it and it worked. So it happens. It happens though. It happens. I can understand that it happens. But so looking at the Europa League draw now, Tom, they are playing Sevilla. The hold the holder in the most team that has won the Europa League. You worried? You confident? Hmm? Are you worried or you're confident? Go ahead, I said the same thing, they won't win it, but we'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. Tom, you there? For me though, because I look at the Europa League, I'm like, we have some very good teams though. Very, very good teams. So let's see though. We have some very, very good teams where it's tough though, but looking at the Europa League now for me though, looking at the Europa League now, I'm like, we have some good teams though, like Sevilla. So are you worried or you scared or you are okay, you see
About who?
The Europa League draw.
The thing with me is, I think if we had the quality, if we had the squad depth, I wouldn't be as worried about like who we play. But in terms of it right now, we don't really have a midfield that we can like swap out and change and like freshen up. We don't. Literally right now, if you take Casemiro's suspension and you take the injuries to Donny van der Beek and Eriksen, right, the only midfielders that are available for Manchester United to pick from are Bruno Fernandes, Fred, and Scott McTominay. And Marcel Sabitzer when he's not injured. That's it. Like, it doesn't give you much, room to play two of them Europa League, switch two of them out of the weekend in the Premier League, and like we're still in the FA Cup as well. And we're going to find out if we can move to to Wembley at the semi-finals at the weekend. But no, I just think overall, I don't look at the competition, and to be honest, I don't really fear any of the teams. To be honest, I really don't, and because I think on our day, if we turn up and we play the game that we have done for majority of the season, and we put in one of those big performances like we have done, against City, against Barca, even against Arsenal when we lost even at the Emirates, like if we put in those sort of performances as well. The only thing that I am a little bit, I guess, negative about it all is our away record is not great. I'll be honest, our away record isn't great. It's not the greatest, whether it be in Europe or the Premier League, wherever. It's not great. And yeah, people can take the piss of the Liverpool result. I'm not really bothered about anything like that now. But even with Sevilla, I think Sevilla aren't the team that they have been previously, even in this competition. They just aren't at the end of the day. Yeah, they have the history in this competition. They've won it 5 or 6 times, haven't they? So, but no, I don't. I think if we can take 2 or 3 goals to Seville, then I wouldn't really be worried, so to speak. I'd be worried if we maybe don't score at home, or we know it's not in our hands and we lose at home. Like, I think so long as we avoid losing at home.
Even drawing at home, because if you draw at home or you lose, Sevilla, we know very well that at home with their fans are behind them, and they know how to win this competition. Tom,
that's what I mean. They know how to win this competition.
They know how to win.
They literally Sevilla are the Real Madrid of the Europa League, aren't they? Let's be honest. They are the expert. They are the experts. Like, let's not mince our words. But with the other ties, I mean, we get through this. We play Juventus or Sporting. Like, I think honestly, if we get to the final, out of all of these, whoever more we play, if we get past Sevilla and we play Juventus or Sporting, if we get to the final, I look at the other side of it and I think we can beat any of those teams. We can beat Mourinho's Roma, we can beat Feyenoord, we can beat Union State-Gelé, we can beat Bayer Leverkusen, we can beat any of them when it comes to Europa League final. So in terms of that, I'm not so much worried. But I think it's going to kill us and it's going to hit us if we get advanced in the FA Cup as well as get advanced in the Premier League, because we just don't have the squad depth at this moment in time to fight on all fronts. That's the problem. I mean, in this competition, yes, you can use such as Casemiro, but because it's only a domestic ban. But in saying that, we've still got like Martial. I can't remember the last game. I can't remember the last time he ever played a game. Like, we've got literally a man who we've loaned for 2 million for the rest of the season in VIERRA to come in as an emergency, and I don't think he's ever had a rest since he's come in, and we brought him in January. Like, that's how we're having a madness right now, and we're nearing the end of the quarter of March, the first quarter of the year in terms of April. Like, to not even have a rest once over that time, like, it's ridiculous. And he's obviously going away, I think, with Netherlands as well, so international duty, so he's still not going to get a rest that way. So listen, there's a lot of fire in the belly of our squad, but we have a lot of internationals in our squad. That's the problem, who are getting picked. Even players like Malacia, for example, Tyrell Malacia, backup left back. He even gets picked for the national team, even though he doesn't start every game for us. Like, I look at things like that and I think there's not going to be that
the
rest.
detriment is if one of those players you rely on gets injured in the national team.
Oh, don't curse it. Don't curse it, man.
Because I hate doing it, because if one of those players gets injured, stop, it's gonna be a problem. Why?
I swear to God, if it's a midfielder as well, like, I don't care if it's McTominay, Fred, Fernandez, or Casemiro, whoever. I don't care. If it is another midfielder, is there a forfeit season? Like, seriously, is there a forfeit season? Because we have literally we're supposed to have 7 available midfielders. We only have 3 that are available. Are you joking? I don't know. What are we going to do? We go to the academy and play some 18-year-old kid? Like,
Lord have mercy.
we've literally got nothing at this moment in time out of all of it. But I think overall, if we get past Sevilla, I fancy his chances against Juventus, because I don't think they're that great. I really don't.
The problem is you have difficulties in breaking down low blocks, especially the way Juventus play. Juventus will not come out, and in as much as they're not great to say that they're putting up some performance where you have to be very careful about them.
But I take what you're saying there, but I also look at what Barcelona did in their own backyard at the Camp Nou. Like, they had the fans behind them, they had the atmosphere and everything, right? But as soon as they got the goal, they parked the bus. I don't want to hear any of this about tiki-taka or anything like that. They didn't have the ball because they literally parked the bus and they were lumping it long to Lewandowski. Like, that is how you look at it. But yeah, this is what I mean. Casemiro, Rashford is our only source of goals at the moment in time. But
and if he gets injured, Lord have mercy.
Oh, don't! I swear you're trying to. No. I know what you're doing here. No.
No.
I'm having a sense of juju. I'm really sensitive.
No. I'm hungry because most of our important players are going. I don't like this international.
Listen. Listen. You can strip Thiago Silva and strip Thiago Silva and Badiashile out of your teammate, and yeah, we'll see where you're hanging in the league. Then you might still be sitting in 10th. So relax.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait for Real Madrid to circumcise you.
The prayer has to be answered. No players must get injured. Everybody must come out.
Real Madrid, mate, they ain't putting any Vaseline, mate. They're going full throttle in. Oh, I cannot wait. Graham Potter, did you see that? Did you see him on Twitter at that Chelsea conference?
I saw it.
We're going to win the effing Champions League, and then the next day you get drawn with Madrid. Do you know what though? Right, let me be honest. Right, if he gets past Madrid, will you respect him more? Be honest.
We are playing Bayern or Man City.
No, as in, like, if Graham Potter beats Real Madrid, though, would you respect him more? Because a lot of you guys want him sacked.
Yes, it is difficult because it's only
over 2 legs though. If he gets by them over 2 legs,
it's all about performances. Like what Blue Eyes always say, he has his fight on his table, and if he beats the defending champion Madrid in the UCL, I might a little bit change my opinion on him, but not yet. I still want him out. But to beat Madrid might get me on the edge a little bit because it's Madrid.
Would it buy more time for you though?
I think it will. Because Tom, the name, the accolade, the trophy, Real Madrid. Damn. That's big. Real Madrid, that's big. That's big. That's big. In as much as I still want him out, but to beat Madrid, the defending champion, Lord have mercy. It's gonna be very difficult. But we'll see. See. We'll see though. So for me, it's gonna be a very good, very tournament. The Europa League.
Mm.
But I think looking at the Europa League now, it's a little bit too sketchy for me though, because I look at this one, I'm like, this squad are beatable. Everybody in that squad are beatable. If you take your chances, you win. But I don't want you guys to underrate Sevilla, Tom, because Sevilla might not be good in La Liga. But when it comes to this tournament, they've taken it very serious. They have. Even if they bring the new managers in, they have the DNA of winning in them. Whoever manager comes in, they know how to win. Remember Emily. Una Emery went to Villarreal. He won the Europa League with them. He won it 3 times with Sevilla. I'm not getting this. So Goulet said, Tom, if you leave the UCL for me, it is the player that achieve it. I will not respect any human mannequin until he earn it. Goulet, relax. Goulet, relax. UCL is a big tournament. Mr. Goulet, please, Biko. You might change your point to Biko. You might change your point to Biko. Don't do this, brother. Don't do this, Biko. Don't do this. You might change your point to UCL is a big tournament. Biko, brother, please, I beg. It's a big tournament too. In as much as I want him out, I might change my take on him if that happens, because beating Madrid is big because they are the defending champion. They are the defending champion. So they are the defending champion. So Biko, brother, relax. Biko, relax, brother. Relax, brother, relax. Please. They are the defending champion, so respect Madrid. I'm gonna respect Madrid first, but winning the UCL, go let. My point might change, but we gotta wait and see. We have to. We have to wait and see. But I'm actually my paper because I don't want him. I don't want him to stay. I want him gone. But that doesn't mean, for me, that doesn't mean I still don't want the performance. I want the performances. Of course, I want the performances. But we gotta wait and see. It is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. So for me, very interesting Europa League for me though. Very, very interesting Europa League. United, Sevilla, Juventus, Sporting, Bayern Leverkusen, Union, whatever their name is, and Feyenoord, Roma. Wow. That's big, man. That's the last 8 for me. That's big. That's big though. So Roma winning away, going through. That's not bad. That's big though. That's big for me. That's big. And if he wins the Europa League again, guys, we have to have a discussion about Mourinho. If he wins the Europa League, we have to have a discussion about Uncle Moon, man. Uncle Moon, we must have a discussion about Mourinho. We must. If he does win it, we have to have a discussion about just Mourinho. Conference League win, Europa League with United, and he wins the Europa League again with AS Roma. We must have a discussion, man. We must. Guys, like the video, like the video. Subscribe, guys. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. But we'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see, though. We'll see, though. So we'll see, though. If Man United do not win the Europa League, or is it considered a mid-season or a failure? Go ahead, relax. They won the Papa John's Cup, so it is tough, very, very tough. They won the Papa John's Cup for me, though, so it is very, very tough. They won the Karabuki Cup, so it is very tough looking into this. Looking into that, it is very tough because they won the what's called the Carabao Cup. So it is very, very tough though. It is. But like I said, every team is beatable. Every team is very beatable. It's about you taking your chances. So I won't call it failure though. I won't call it failure for me though. I won't call it failure. They've won a tournament. They won a trophies already. So I won't really call it a failure. I would say it's a good season for them, which I believe they can build on coming to next season for me though. Hmm. So we'll see though. We'll see. We'll see though. But for me, any team is beatable. As long as you take your chances, we're good. As long as you take your chances, we're good, man. They are beatable. Teams are very beatable for me. You gotta take your chances though. You gotta take your chances. You have to. You have to take your chances for me though. You gotta take your chances. So guys, now let's talk about the big guns, the biggest of the biggest of the biggest of the biggest, the biggest of the biggest of the biggest of the biggest, the UEFA Champions League, guys. The draw is out. So guys, the draw is out. The UEFA Champions League draw is out, guys. People in the chat, here is the freaking draw, guys. Champions League quarterfinal and semis: Madrid, Chelsea, Benfica, Inter, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, AC Milan, Napoli, and whoever wins, this is the quarterfinal and this is the semis. So whoever wins, so if Napoli wins, they face either Benfica or Inter Milan. If Chelsea or Madrid win, they face Bayern or Manchester City. That is the Champions League draw, guys. What are you saying, guys? What are you saying? Firstly, for me though, I'm happy that we are facing Madrid though, because that is what I predicted when we were doing the prediction for the round of 16. Who are we going to face in the quarterfinal? And I picked them out, Real Madrid. And even Blue Eye said it. He wants to play Madrid. And I think it will be the happiest guy. He will be really happy this evening because he picked specifically Madrid. I know people are saying Napoli this, Napoli that. We'll see though. I still think Napoli will go far. How far can they go? I'm not sure because I picked Chelsea and Napoli in the final. That is what I picked. For the Champions League final, I picked Chelsea and Napoli. That's what I picked. That is whom I picked. Napoli, Chelsea in the final. That's what I picked. So, but for me, looking at the UCL draw right now, I'm happy though. Very happy. Seriously, because we face, yes, people might say it's Madrid, but we've seen it before. We've seen it before. It is Real Madrid. I've seen this scenario before. People doesn't rate us. We get beaten. But what I'm going to say to people is keep writing off Chelsea. Just keep writing us off. Keep doing it. Because the more you write us off, the more we escape to. So if you keep writing Chelsea off, we love that underdog story where we don't have to be favorite for me. We don't have to be favorite. We do not have to be favorite. We know how to win and how to turn up when it comes to UCL matches. So I'm not mad at all. Because we know how to turn up when it comes to UCL matches. We know how to freaking turn up. So I'm happy we are facing Madrid. I'm so happy we're facing Madrid because now that will test us how good of a team we are. We see how good of a team we are. We see. Are we good enough to go toe-to-toe with the big team? We'll see. Are we good enough to go toe-to-toe with the biggest team? We'll see. But I'm still confident that, yes, it is Madrid, but we can yeah. People are pandering for our players. These are world-class professionals. I'm happy we got Madrid. We'll see what happens. But I'm happy too. It is Madrid. Yes, I'm happy. Gullet, you predicted Manchester City. Your dream might come true in the semis, but we have to wait and see. I chose Madrid, and I'm happy they gave us Madrid. That's why I wanted, and I'm happy. I predicted Madrid, and I was given Madrid, so I can't complain. Rather than being happy and being confident about my team, I chose them to go through, and I told them to qualify. Yes, it might be difficult because it's Santiago Bernabeu. I know it's going to be difficult because it's the Bernabeu Stadium. I'm not disputing that because it's Bernabeu. I know, but I've seen us go to Bernabeu before and dominate in Bernabeu. So this stuff I've seen us go into Bernabeu Stadium and dominated in Bernabeu Stadium. Yes, it's difficult because they are the defending champion and it is Santiago Bernabeu. So I get people's opinion. I get people's viewpoint when it comes to UCL. Can they do this? Are we able to do this? Blah blah blah. I get people's viewpoint. I understand people's viewpoint because it is Madrid. So people are a little bit skeptical because it's Madrid. They're like, I'm not sure. Hey, Madrid, are we good enough? Yeah, we good. If you are good enough if you are good enough to win UCL, of course we should be able to good enough to beat Madrid. It's not that we haven't beat them before. We've beaten them. But the argument with people is because it's COVID. I don't care if it's COVID. We've beaten Madrid before. So we can do it. It's all about taking our chances and turning up. Turning up. Exactly. So, but I'm confident because I trust the boys to pull up and show the world we are good enough because I like it when people write us off. I just like it. When people write us off, I like it. We don't need to talk too much about it. People write us off. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm happy. People write us off. It makes me happy. Whether I like it or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a weird feeling though. Benfica was, of course, Emily Sky. Benfica will beat Inter. That is not even a weird feeling. It's not even a weird feeling. Yeah, I agree. It's about matchup, not form. We always give Madrid a tough one with a back three. Yeah, I agree. I agree though. I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen between Vinicius Junior and Reggie. Reggie better be fit for that match. James, you better be freaking fit for that match. You better be fit for that match. You better be fit. I don't want you to get freaking injured. I'm gonna get freaking annoyed. You have to be consistent now. We have to wait and see though, because by then we're gonna have Thiago Silva back, Ngolo back. Will he go to back four or will he stick with the back three? It depends because he has to rest players. He has to. Nobody actually in the Champions League, so he might go with Silva, Koulibaly, Fofana, but he can't play Cucurella when it comes to wing back because of what's called Ben Chilwell's form. He can't play Cucurella, but we have to wait and see what Potter's gonna do, though. We have to wait to see what Potter's gonna do. But I'm happy we got Madrid, though, which makes me happy that okay, we got the defending champion, which makes me happy. We got the defending champion. It makes me happy. So, like what Gula said, it's all about matchup. Let's see. It's all about matchup for me, though. It's all about matchup, which I'm like, okay, I'm picking out forms. People are saying Madrid this. People are saying they want us to be humble. Madrid fans, like I said, like I told Vilton, I'm gonna see you next month in Santiago Bernabeu. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna freaking see you at the Bernabeu Stadium next month. That's what I'm gonna say. I trust my team to pull up. I don't think it's all about the manager for me. It's about the player turning up for me. It's about the player turning up for me, though. It's about them turning up for me. If they turn up well, we will win for me. If they turn up, so we have to wait and see. Will they be able to turn up? I don't know. We're gonna wait and see. But I told them to pull up, though. I told them to pull up. It's gonna be difficult, and I'm happy that we are playing the first match first at the Bernabeu Stadium, while the second match is in Stamford Bridge. So the first match will determine how far we can go because it's the Bernabeu Stadium. So we'll see. Yeah, maybe because it's Madrid, they beat Madrid. Chelsea and Liverpool are a different team though, because Chelsea can decide to go defensively, which Madrid will find difficult to break down, and we are very good in counter-attacking. So I understand, but I'm happy. I'm happy though. I want to see the reaction of the players when it comes to Madrid. Interesting. Madrid, so let's see. If you are good, we've won the UCL before, and we've been in this situation before. So I'm confident. Mhm. I'm confident though. So I'm confident with the players. I know the players will turn up because it's a UCL match. They all want to win it. So I'm confident though. I'm confident. But let's see. Let's see though. It's all about football. Mm-hmm. So people in the chat, what are you guys thinking? Stop winning and you win. If not, good luck. Yeah, you will see though. I think I trust James to do that job on him. It's all about him being fit though. Because we know if James is fit, he can match up with any opponent in world football. I trust Ridley in that. I trust him in that. My problem is we have to get him fit. We have to get him fit. We have to. That's my issue. We have to freaking get him fit, man. Because if we get injured, we are in deep shit. Yes, when I talk about Ruben left to shake, I agree with that 100%. But still, I'll repeat my step. But still, we still have to get him fit. It is very, very pivotal. We have to get him fit. Because I want him to go toe to toe with Vinny, which I believe he can do. I believe he can do it. Because it's all about matchup. So I believe he can do it. It's all about him getting fit, getting ready, keeping shape because it's gonna be a tough match. It's gonna be very, very tough. Madrid is a very hard knock to break down. They are very hard knock to break down. But do I trust the player? Of course I do. I want them to succeed. Why won't I trust my team? Why won't I? Guys, why won't I trust Chelsea? I want to trust my team. I will surely trust my team because I believe in them. I believe so much in them. So I trust them. I trust them to go through. So yes, it's Madrid, but I trust them. It's gonna be difficult because they are the defending champion. They are a very good team. I respect Madrid a lot. They're a very good team, but that doesn't mean Madrid also should underrate us because we are not Liverpool. I keep telling people we aren't Liverpool. We know how to win, and in this competition, we know how to win. Vilton, give me your take. Madrid.
Oh man, what a draw. I'm so happy of this draw. I love this draw because it's funny, all the people that don't like this draw are the one that wanted their team to go against Inter, Milan, Benfica, those shameless City fans, man, and those shameless, some shameless Chelsea fans, and some shameless Bayern fan, man. They wanted the easy way out, but no, man. If you want to win this competition, you're gonna have to beat the big dogs. Then in the final, if you get in the final, then you probably get a less easier team compared to the others, right? But again, this is why we love the Champions League. There's no easy game here. It's a like once you get in the semifinal, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. It's gonna be a good game. I think this is the best show we could have had because I'm so happy they put
Mm-hmm.
all the strong team on one side and like all the favorites on one side and the all the
Mm-hmm.
underdogs, they are on the other side. So we
Mm-hmm.
can have a game where you have the massive favorite in the final versus the
Mm-hmm.
underdog, and we'll see who wins. Because some
I'm
people
so
say
happy
that,
because Victor, you know, I said it. I wanted Madrid, and I got my wish. I got my wish.
exactly. I don't understand why people up here say when it, yeah, exactly. Goulet, like it's so weird because like at the end of the day, me, I could care less who I get, but I just don't like when people say, "Oh, why did they do the draw where they put all the strong team on one side?" They're like, "Oh, they should mix it." No, you shouldn't mix it. You got to put all the strong team on one side and all the weaker team on the other side. That's how I
Yeah.
think the Champions League draw should be. It
Mm-hmm.
should be
But I
like this.
also believe if you are good enough, you win matches. It's very
Yeah,
simple.
if you're gonna win the competition, you're gonna win it. That's what I always tell
Mm-hmm.
people. It doesn't matter who you're facing. If you're gonna win the entire thing, if it's your year to win it, you're gonna beat whoever is in your way. It doesn't matter if you're home or away. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna beat everybody on your path if you're gonna win the entire thing. So it doesn't matter. Like, and if anybody wins this, you can't make any excuse because you everybody had their chances. If any
Yeah, I
team in the
agree.
last eight with many right here wins it, they deserve it. You can't say nothing. They deserve it.
Exactly.
But me,
Because
they
people used to say it because of the COVID era when we played Madrid. But it is Real Madrid. I don't care if it is COVID or not. It is Real Madrid. It is Madrid. It
yeah,
is
that's gonna
Madrid.
be a great game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea and Real Madrid. That's gonna be a great game. The game I'm really looking forward to is Manchester City versus Bayern.
Bayern. Yeah, I
That's
agree.
I've been wanting this side since forever, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
agree.
happy we got this side. That's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
such a great game, man. Bayern Munchen, man. Such a Ooh, I can't wait for the Holland versus Bayern. Pep coming back to
Mm-hmm.
Bayern. Ooh, what a story
Mm-hmm.
that is. Leroy Sané versus City. Cancelo
Mm-hmm.
versus City. Such a good game, man. And obviously you have AC Milan and Napoli. That game, obviously, I think Napoli are the favorites, but that game could go either way too. Because when
Mm-hmm.
it's two teams in the same league that are going against each other, it's closer than what people think. Honestly, I know a lot of people probably saying, "Oh, Napoli's gonna beat Wash and AC," but I don't see it like
Mm-hmm.
that. I think it's gonna be close. I wouldn't even be surprised if AC knocked them out because I
Me
think
too.
Napoli are getting a lot of hype right now. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong, but when everybody's saying you're gonna win it, the pressure
Mm-hmm.
might get to them. Maybe, maybe not. I could be wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a great game.
I agree. I agree, though. Benfica, Inter Milan. You surprised? Are you
Benfica
surprised?
Inter Milan. That's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
another good game. I think. I think it's pretty even. I think Benfica slightly favorites, but one thing for Inter is that at least they're gonna have the second leg at the San Siro, so
Yeah,
they
I
can
agree.
rely on that. San Siro, second leg, they can rely on that. All I know, you guaranteed to have an Italian team in the semifinal. That's for
Mm-hmm.
sure. So you're pretty much gonna have either an Italian team
Mm-hmm.
or Portugal's team in the final. And that side, then the other side, you're either gonna have an English team, a Spanish team, or a German team. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. I can't wait, man. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun, man. Those games come,
It's gonna be freaking interesting. Wow, what a draw, man.
yeah.
Because one thing I love about my club Chelsea is when we are underdog, we tend to perform. With I don't like us being favorite because I'm always very worried when Chelsea have become favorite because it makes us a little bit collapse. But when we are underdog, it makes me happy because people believe we can win matches and we just go to the top to win matches. We can turn up. So people might decide to write us off. I love that. Keep doing it. But guys, remember, it is Chelsea FC. We've won the
Vini
UCL
is not
before.
a superstar. He's an average game. Goulet, bro, you have no superstar at your club, man. Relax, man.
Really, Victor, what do you think about Man City versus Bayern? Who will overtake more, Pep or Big
Honestly,
Griezmann?
my money's on Bayern to knock City out. I told people this. I have nothing against City. Until they win it, I'm not gonna respect them in Europe. I just don't care. I don't respect them in Europe. I generally they have no spine for me. City, PSG, those clubs, they have no spine for me. They just don't. Like, how can I respect your club when you constantly bottle it in Europe? Like, why
Mm-hmm.
should I respect your club? You haven't proven anything to me. You
Mm-hmm.
got to your first Champions League final against one of probably be the easiest, not the easiest, but one of the easiest teams you could have played in the final. I'm not.
Who's
I'm
that?
not.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
Listen. I'm
Not my,
not
not
done
my.
yet.
Don't be my
Listen,
team.
can I land, bro?
Sorry.
Jesus, bro. Let me land. You got to play Chelsea, right, in the Champions League final, and let's be real. Chelsea weren't even that great that season.
Cap.
You
Continue.
weren't.
Cap. Continue. Just continue.
Chelsea, like City, you got the perfect opportunity. You got to play
It wasn't
Chelsea, bro.
perfect, man. Stop.
Chelsea, like Chelsea with the massive favorites in that final. Let's be real. You had your chance to win it. Like Chelsea didn't even finish top four. The reason why they finished top four because Tottenham beat was it Leicester? Yeah, they beat Leicester on the final day, and they got there. But that was your chance to win it. And what did you do? You bottle it. You bottle it last season against Real Madrid with 2 minutes left on the game. So you have no spine. It's not City fault. Until they win it, clubs like PSG and City, Gulen, until they win it, I just don't respect you. I'm sorry. I just don't. I could care less what you do against Southampton, Crystal Palace. I could care less what you do against this club. But
That is
show me what you can do against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid and Chelsea in Europe. Then we can talk. But until then, like for me, Bayern's gonna knock them out. I think until they win it, I will never bet on City. And if you've been betting on City the past what since so when did Pep get there? 2016, 2016, 17. So it's Monaco, Liverpool, Lyon, Tottenham, who else? Chelsea, Madrid, and it's the way they lose too. It's not like they lose like on penalty. They just get they lose like embarrassing, bro. The Monaco was embarrassing. The Leon one was embarrassing. The Tottenham one, that was the only time I can say it wasn't really their fault. But then again, though, you can't go back because I believe Aguero missed a penalty like in the first leg of that
Yeah,
tie.
he did. He did.
Yeah, so you could say maybe it was their fault, but that goal against Sterling was very harsh, I think. But it is what it is. He was offside. I think that one was very close. But other time, it's just been embarrassing. The Champions League final, you got there, you don't play a DM because Guardiola overthinks it. Last season, you could say Real Madrid has black magic, whatever, but you still crumble. You're the favorite. You got the away goal, and you crumble. You simply have to defend that. You simply have to defend that. There's 2 minutes left in the game. You just have to defend that, and they didn't. So for me, City, PSG, those clubs, they just have no spine for me, bro. I'm not just sorry to any City fan that are listening, bro.
Ooh,
You guys
Carl.
just have no spine, bro.
Oh, God, Carl. Hey. Sorry, go ahead, Wilson. Hey.
No, that's all I gotta say because I'm tired of this City hype, bro. I'm happy they're favorite too because I'm honestly tired of it, bro. Every single
I
year,
feel you.
oh, they're gonna win it. They're gonna win
I
it.
feel
They're
you,
gonna win
Wilson.
it.
I feel you.
And they just keep losing, bro. But I guess it's good for Hollywood, bro. It's good for Hollywood to keep on saying Pep's gonna finally do it without Messi. He's like, is it this year? Is it this year? Is it this year? So, and if City get it done this year, I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna congratulate all the
Congratulate them.
City fans. I'm gonna congratulate you guys. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
welcome to the Big Boy Sables. You guys
We
can
say
show.
about time.
Yeah, about time. You can show us you finally have European pedigree. Like about time. Like it is what it is. But until then, don't talk to me. And for Pep's sake, bro, I dare City let Napoli win this before them. I dare them. I I dare them. I dare them allow a club that only spent 100 million euros in the last 20 years to win the Champions League before them. I dare them, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Yeah, Maradona spirit is real, man.
Nah, but City has no excuse, bro. They have no excuse not to win it, bro. You have the best coach in the world. You have arguably the best number 9 in the world. You have arguably the best midfielder in the world.
Yeah, but
You
we
have a
know
top.
he ain't Wilson, though. We know he ain't the best midfielder in the world, man. You know,
He's
we both know.
arguably.
Yeah, arguably. But
Yeah,
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 you
but
have a top.
the
You
defense
have a
is
top
that
five
defense is
keeper.
shaky, man.
You have a top
No,
5
Edison.
keeper.
No,
You
no,
have a
no, no,
top.
no, no, no.
Edison's
Edison,
top
we've seen
5.
Edison in the Champions
No, but
League,
he's
man. Nah,
top
this
5
guy,
though. He's top
this guy
5.
is not a serious. Nah,
No,
man,
but
this
he's
guy is
top
not a
5 though.
serious
You can't
keeper,
name
man.
no,
me.
we can say they're not serious, but they should be winning. They should
Yeah, because
they should be
No,
winning.
obviously,
besides
no.
besides Real
This,
Madrid, besides Real Madrid and Liverpool, who else really have a better keeper than City?
Oh, I could
I
give
don't
you a
know.
name, Wilson. I could give you
Now,
names. I could give
yeah,
you names.
like the French keep the Milan keeper for me is better than Edison for me.
Mm,
All
Personally.
right, Magnan,
But
what else? Who else would you say?
who else?
From
So
You see, Wilson put you on the spot. Wilson, they put you on the spot where you
Alisson,
have to think, man.
Courtois.
Yeah, he said
Allison,
Wait,
Courtois.
hon-
Allison.
honestly, I say Alisson, Courtois, Maignan.
That's what I'm saying.
Who
No, I'm
else?
just making a case that City have no
No, no.
excuse,
I
bro.
think that Neuer. If Neuer is fit, I still think Neuer is better than him.
No, I'm
But
just
obviously,
making
it's not
no,
fit right now.
no.
Yeah,
If
but
you don't,
even there, it's close. It's
yeah, if
debatable. Yeah, it's
no, like
debatable.
I could care
No,
less
but
I could care less where Ederson is. I'm just making the point that
no. I
City,
think that
like,
on
yeah,
his feet is good,
and
yeah. But
almost,
when it comes to make like big saves, like
yeah, and
he never
almost
makes
every
them
single
saves.
No, my point, the point I was trying to make, almost in every
Big
single
up
position.
Abdul, big up Abdul, big
Almost
up.
in every single position, they have like arguably a top 5 player, no, like on their team, so they have
Yeah.
no excuse
Except
not to win
fullback.
it. They have
Except
no
fullback.
excuse.
Yeah, but
Kyle
yeah,
Walker, Kyle Walker, I think he's a top 5 right back. I think he is
yeah.
because I mean, besides Reece James, you could put Trent in there. Hakimi hasn't been good this season. Carvajal is washed. Who else could
But
you really
you're saying
put in there?
Carvajal's washed? You're saying Carvajal's washed?
Nah, he. But did you watch him against Liverpool? Did you watch him
Yo,
against
this
Liverpool?
guy. Yo,
But you know what
Bolton, I
the
Yo,
want to you. Bolton, I want to you.
Carl,
The
yo,
next month or so, Bolton, I'm your enemy. I'm not your friend now. I'm your enemy. I'm not your friend.
Kyle Walker is doing some madness himself as well.
Nah,
From
nah,
I don't
nah,
know
nah,
what he's doing
guys,
over
wait.
there.
no,
Nah, nah, nah,
but
nah,
the thing
nah,
about
nah.
I'm
the
not
thing about
Bolton's friend,
Carvajal,
man.
right? The thing about Carvajal, he's gonna give you 3 good games. For example, NK. Remember the Champions League final? You saw that
Yeah.
performance he put in the Champions League
Yeah,
final.
he did play well.
Yeah, that's it. That was about it, dude. And
No,
he
but you
put
know
one
these.
good cross
Bro,
against.
Bolton,
Yo,
you know
you,
what the
you
most
see,
annoying thing
you
is?
see, guys like Carvajal, man. Like this man, they've seen it now.
He just washed. It's not his fault. The
No,
injuries
but
have killed
Bolton,
him.
you know what's the annoying thing is that
they saved themselves for the big game.
these
Yeah,
casual
the
Guys,
injuries
wait.
have killed
Guys,
him
wait.
though.
Goulet said Pep is shameless. He blamed Julia Robert already so that he does.
Nah, he was just playing around, man.
He's
Come on,
trolling
So what
man.
was this Julia Roberts quotes? I didn't see them quotes. Like, what was the?
You need to watch the post-match conference.
Yeah, he said something
Yeah.
that Julia Roberts didn't show up when City were doing good, but she showed up when United were doing well, something like that.
Who is Julia
The
Roberts?
She's
I
an
don't
actor.
know.
She's a
She's an
famous
she's an
she's an
actress.
actress.
Oh, she's
Obviously,
an
we know the
actress.
Kim K curse is real. So
Oh my God, relax.
But yeah, man, like City have no excuse. They have no
Easy.
excuse.
I
They're
don't
the
want to go there.
favorites. They're the
I don't want
favorites
to
to
go
win
there.
it according to the
Nana,
bookies.
we are facing the Galacticos of Madrid, the Santiago Bernabeu man, the white people. How you feeling, bro? I predicted Madrid. I wanted them, and I got what I wanted.
You're a
I'm
bastard.
happy.
You're a bastard.
I get what I wanted. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
happy.
man,
I get what
Wilton.
I wanted.
Wilton, you know how I feel about your club. Real Madrid have my utmost respect. Let me just get that out of the way with. They're the best team in the world. Generally, historically, you know. Did I want Real Madrid? I'll be honest, no, I didn't.
I
Didn't
want
want
them.
these guys.
I want them.
But you have to play. You have to beat. You have to beat who you have to beat. You have to beat anyone in your path. That's the Champions League. So hey, bring it on. Do I am I confident that we're gonna go through? No. Do I think we can? Yes. So we just have to see. Real Madrid are a great side. I'm not taking anything from them. They have great players. Obviously, if they go through, they deserve to go through. Yeah, that's just the way I see it. It's the first leg.
What makes me happy is the first leg is in Bernabeu. That makes me happy.
Wilton didn't want. Yeah, Wilton. Yeah, good. So, we just have to see. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. I like that.
It was only me and Blue Eyes that predicted Madrid Chelsea. The rest of you guys didn't even want Madrid. I wanted Madrid Chelsea.
Okay, well, you got it. You got it.
I get it.
So we'll just have to see, man. But for some odd reason, you're confident, which therefore means you respect my coach. It's a simple that you can't. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, laugh. You can't be confident and then not respect my coach. So anyone that's saying we're confident
Easy,
of winning,
relax.
beating Madrid means that you respect Potter. So thank you, Abdullahi. There's one more guy on my bandwagon, Potter Hive. Potter Hive,
Yeah,
you stand.
yeah,
Potter
because I'm
Hive, you
confused.
stand.
Was it Abdullahi
Relax.
like Potter out like a few
He
weeks
I
ago?
want
was.
him out.
Don't mind
I want
Abdullahi.
him
Don't
out.
mind
I
him.
still want
So
him out.
if you're
but
saying
relax.
Chelsea's gonna make the final, that means surely Potter is the guy for the future.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
player told him off.
Exactly.
The player
Wilton,
told him
tell
off.
him. Tell him.
Relax. The player will
The
turn
player
off,
is
not the
turning
manager.
up.
that's it.
I feel like
That's
I feel
it.
like it's been his tactics though. It's been his tactics.
That I think that some people they just hate so much Paul so much. They hate Paul so much that honestly,
No,
even
no,
if he
no.
wins
I
the
don't
champ,
rate him.
even
I don't rate him
even if
highly.
even if he wins the treble, this one will still say they don't rate him
Yeah,
highly.
You
They
know
want
my
to
thing. Sorry.
It's news then. It's just how football is in the social media era, bro. Like if you just do 3-4 game losing, like you out, you have to sack the coach. Like it's crazy.
Not me though,
bro.
Wilson. Not me though, Wilson. I've been solid. But yeah,
Uh,
I want to say this though. I want to say this. Wilson, I just want you to agree or disagree. I know Wilson didn't want to see us. That's the thing. I know Wilson didn't want to see us. I know that if he had his choice, I mean, he doesn't care who he plays. But I know he didn't want to see us. Wilson, right or wrong? Sorry, just for you. I wouldn't say we're on the top of your list of teams that you'd like to face because it's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a difficult game.
It's gonna be a boring, tough game.
Yeah.
Just the way Chelsea been playing lately, it's just gonna be a boring, tough game. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a tough game. And plus, I'm tired of seeing Chelsea, man. I've been seeing Chelsea for what past three
Past 3
seasons.
seasons,
now, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
3 seasons.
So yeah, but it is.
We'll
what
get
it
it back
is.
in blood, Wilson. We're getting it back in blood, man. We're getting it back in blood. We need to get It's just gonna be. It's gonna. The only issue is the X factor to me is Abdullahi is your guy.
Ooh.
N'Golo. What N'Golo
Okay.
are we going to get? What N'Golo are we going to get is my thing.
Because I'm gonna talk about him this afternoon when we do the second half of the show. Potter said he's in the squad for the Everton match. But
Is he
and I'm happy
registered
that
for the Champions League?
yes, he is.
Yeah,
And
he's still
you know what I'm happy, Rana? Didier Deschamps did not call him for the national team. That makes me happy. That makes me so happy. He's not in the squad. I don't want him to lead the national team at all. I do not want him at all. Let the guy just get a rest. Please, for the love of God, let them get a rest. I'm happy. It's not in the squad. I'm happy.
So yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be interesting times. I'll talk quickly about the others. You see, everyone wanted to be on the other side of the draw. We get it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So it's what it is. City v Bayern going to be a very interesting encounter. But I'm going to go for a City win on this. I get everything Wilson said. I agree. But Haaland, Haaland, counter-attacking Haaland is the one thing I'm scared of. You know, Haaland on a counter. Because I saw it against Arsenal. I think that was his best game he's played. I don't even care about the 5-0 game there. I think that game against Arsenal, where he was actually running down the channels. I think that was his best game. So, look, whoever wins that tie, I think whoever comes out of this side of the draw, I think is gonna win. So,
Now, when we face either Man City or Bayern, Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
in the semi-final.
I actually think Inter is coming out of that side of the group. Outside of the draw,
you're joking.
I think Inter's coming out that side of the draw. That's my prediction. I was like, remember I said this. They're coming from that side of the draw. Lukaku will be playing in the Champions League final.
Excuse me?
Lukaku will be playing in the Champions League final. I said it here first, guys. People watching on the stream, I said it here first. Remember, I said this.
I predicted Napoli. I'm predicting that. I've already predicted Napoli Chelsea in the final. So
No.
I want that to happen. Lana, it will happen. I have that. I just have that.
Then Ablai.
Yeah.
The fans. Sorry, I shouldn't even say fans. The supporters, the people watching, the people on the panel. We want to hear it then. Graham Potter. You can't say Chelsea Napoli final and not respect my coach. It doesn't make sense.
I want Chelsea Napoli in the final. I'm a big fan of Victor Osimhen, but it might break me a little bit. The club I love so much from childhood, and the player I supported for a very long time. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Hi, Chineke. Hi. I'm gonna be in the middle for that. I'm gonna just be in the middle for that. Osimhen, Chelsea. I don't know what's gonna happen, brother.
Shit, I don't know.
I want Napoli Chelsea.
The Osimhen love is crazy, man.
Brother, Kenny, Osimhen Chelsea? Yeah, Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy.
Pick one.
I don't know who to pick, brother.
What do you mean you don't know what to pick? What do you mean? Hey, it's Blue Eyes here. Yo, what do you mean?
He's gonna be having nightmares at night.
I don't want to have a nightmare. Relax, please. I love Osimhen. No. I'm in the middle for this, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's me done, man. Kenny, if you want to go next, that's me done. It's nice game.
Bullet, you are sick. I even predicted him. I did my have injuries before the relax. Relax, you are sick, man. You are sick. Relax.
Predicting injuries? Come on, man.
Oh, and Rudiger, don't you dare. Robert could win the game. Rudiger, don't you dare be involved in any part of it. I'm talking about a goal.
You know he's gonna celebrate as well.
I have a bad feeling. Don't you dare.
This guy's a sick guy, man. He's gonna celebrate, man.
I'm just happy this time around Chelsea doesn't have Tuchel and Werner. This time around.
Oh look, he said Werner. He just.
We have to move Werner 2.1 though. Mikala Modric, Ukraine Werner.
Werner was so annoying, bro, to go
against. But we have Ukraine Werner. Mikala Modric, so relax.
Yo, we know what Modric did against Real Madrid in the group stage. You know what I'm saying?
So relax. We have
my only thing is, we're playing Liverpool before then. The Liverpool game in the league will tell me a lot about this because I feel like Chelsea...
Are we playing Liverpool or Wolf before Madrid?
We played
Liverpool, I think.
I think we played both before.
Is it both? Is it not just one? I think it's one game before the. Is it 2 games?
It's 2 games.
Let me check.
Because Chelsea generally play up or down to their level of competition. So when we play a big team, we play, except for United, we play up or down. So we just have to see, man. But yeah,
so
it's gonna be
Everton, Aston Villa, Liverpool. Liverpool is April the 4th. Okay, it's gonna be after Wolverhampton Wanderers match. We travel to Wolf, then we play Madrid.
Yeah.
So we play Liverpool in April the 4th. We play Wolf in April 8th. Then we play Madrid in April the 12th.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
We got something for you, Wilton. We got something for you. Now remember this. We got something for you. Don't worry. We got something. Don't worry. I have faith in my coach. My coach has a plan for me.
Relax. Easy. Relax. Please relax. Easy.
Coach has a plan. Don't relax. You said Chelsea final, so you should be with me. My coach has a plan for me.
Of course. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'd lie. You don't. Yeah, but you're saying you know, but your base, your tone.
I'm not. See, and as much as I want Potter out, I still want him out because I still don't think he's the Chelsea level. But like what I told Gullet, if Potter beats Madrid in the Bernabeu and Stamford Bridge, I might change my conversation.
Yeah, not might.
I don't
not
know
might.
yet. I might. It's not even fully. I might do that. We have to wait and see because beating the defending champion, Lord have mercy. Madrid.
I need that on Potter's resume. I need that on his CV. I need that. But yeah, it's a good game. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be
beating Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium and Stamford Bridge. Reece James, I want you to be fit. Don't be coming and be telling me you're freaking injured. No. That
draw.
I want to freaking ready.
Try. I'm not Nigerian, but try.
What happened?
Yo, this side of the draw. Oh my God, yo.
It's tough, man. It's very tough. Should you play 5-2-5 against Madrid or 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 against Madrid? I'll play the same formation, 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, whatever you call it. For me, too. I don't want us to play back. I don't want us to play back against Madrid because we don't have the player yet. We haven't mastered the way we want to play back for. I think that's gonna be towards next season. But this season, just stick with the freaking back three. That's it. That's it for me.
With the freaking back.
That's it. That's it. And then I don't have time for that. Freaking back three. That's it. Just stick to the freaking back three. I can't ask for more. I don't want the back four. We don't have a player to play back for right now. So stick with the back three. That's what I can tell people. Stick with the back three. Stick with it.
Yeah, man. We're going to see. It's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, your take on Arsenal in the Europa League.
Yes! Abdullah, you've done well. Bernard or Emily, Abdullah, I need to talk to you about
He's here. Bernard is here.
Yeah, Bernard is definitely in the stream, right? Because anyway. So why is his name? Wait, Bernard is Emily Sky.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I'm just gonna leave it there. Look, Arsenal. Arsenal in Europe, Abdullah. Arsenal in Europe. Not even Premier League is one thing, which is fair enough. And Arsenal are doing well, but Arsenal in Europe, there's no pedigree. These guys have been in the Europa League for smoke. These Arsenal guys have been in the Europa League for 7 years in a row?
7 years or 7? Something like that.
Something stupid like that. And you guys couldn't give your fan base one Europa League chip. You couldn't do it.
But the consensus saying they are putting
all their eggs in the Premier League.
Nana, the consensus saying they are putting all their eggs in the Premier League. And my question is,
doesn't matter.
If you don't win the Premier League, then what next?
That's so stupid. No. Abdullah, that's a term. Have you heard of the football term this season called copium?
No.
Copium is what fans do to cope with what happened. So Arsenal fans were saying, Modric only went to Chelsea for money to cope with the fact that a 10th place team beat them to a transfer. You understand? I'm lying. You understand? So they're saying, we're putting all our eggs into one basket because they're trying to cope with the fact that they lost to Sporting Lisbon over 2 legs. They lost, and they deserve to lose. No one can sit back and say they didn't deserve to lose. I hear these guys, the ref did this and the ref. Me, I don't blame refs. You know me, I'm like, generally, I don't do that. If you lose, you lose. And they lost.
And I think the ref didn't do something bad. Now. It did ref the match very well yesterday.
He was fine.
Mathieu Lahoz has been criticized a lot, but he did a very fantastic job yesterday.
Yeah, he was fine.
I was impressed with him.
They lost.
So I don't have any controversy with the ref.
They lost.
Arsenal didn't just show up. That's it. They didn't show up. That's it. And the consensus are telling me they are putting all their heads in the EPL. And I'm like, are you sure you are putting all your heads in the EPL? Because
they might be, but it's stupid.
Nana, in April, they have to play Man City, Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea.
I would
I don't
lie.
see them winning those matches.
Whenever we were in the Europa League, we won the competition. I'll just leave it there. Every time we were in there, we came out of there and added to our trophy cabinet. I'll leave it there, Arsenal fans. If BX Gunner is there, think about it. Bernard, if you're there, think about it. Any Arsenal fans that are there, please think, because it's not you. Winning is a habit. You build it. Come on now, your European record smells as a club. It stinks.
That's bad. That's very bad. So Kenny, Arsenal getting out of the Europa League because the consensus Arsenal fans are coming and telling me, don't worry, we have the Premier League. We are putting all our heads in the Premier League. Are you sure? Are you really sure? What if you leave what if you don't win the Premier League? Then what will you say about this season for me? That's a failure. That's a big F on Arteta's face and on the players' face. That's a big F. After everything the media has been saying, Arsenal is the darling of football, blah, 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 blah. After everything, they didn't win the Premier League? No, I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
I don't think it would be a failure, disappointment, 100%. It would be a disappointment, especially with the way Arsenal fans have been feeling themselves lately. Obviously, the objective was probably they haven't won a trophy. Yeah, that would be bad, but still, like to compete for a league. Obviously, for this year,
Kenny, this is where make me Arsenal look stupid for me because if you are prioritizing the league and you are resting players because of the Europa League, what if you are playing a big team in Champions League like Madrid, Man City, Bayern? Are you gonna rest? Are you gonna rest players? Are they gonna do that?
For me, what showed yesterday is that obviously the squad right now is not good enough because they played the Sporting is they was in the Champions League group stage, so that's the type of team you're gonna have to be playing next year week, like every other week.
Exactly.
So obviously, like you see, like they rotate a few players. Like they didn't I think they still start most of them.
They started seven first team players yesterday. 7.
Yeah, like 7 first team players still should be like good enough to squeeze a result against Sporting. I didn't watch the first half because I think they said they played quite well in the first half, but second half they got dominated.
Yeah.
Second half they got dominated.
And I think Sporting respected them. That was the reason they didn't play well. Sporting respected them, like, okay, because it's Arsenal and Emirates. And once they come out in that second half, Arsenal were in the rope from minute 1 in the second half to minute 90th in the second half.
Yeah, they missed that number 10. They missed a couple chances, like the Edwards guy. Obviously, he made the big save, but he should have scored from there. But obviously, afterwards, I think you saw in extra time when they pulled like Saka came on, Odegaard came on, Porte came on. Like they started dominating them, but it was a little too late, and then obviously they lost some points. But I just think that the squad right now is not good enough to be balancing Europa and Premier League, because we've seen in the past sometimes, even when was it the past 2-3 years, even with Arteta and Emery before them, there was in the Europa League they were struggling. I remember they lost last time they lost to, was it Olympiacos they lost, I think?
Yeah, Olympiacos. Yeah.
So they lost to Olympiacos, and then they lost the semi-final with Arteta, and obviously they lost with Emery. We spined them in the final for 1. So obviously, Arsenal European-wise, in Europe, like we know that now, the record is not the greatest. So, but obviously, right now, Arsenal fan, they have the Premier League to because in their heads they're feeling like they're gonna win the Premier League, and they should be favorites to win the Premier League. So for them right now, the Europa League is like it's a lesser trophy, but that's if you don't win the Premier League, and the thing is that you never know, because this year might be like this year is a good chance, but the next few years you never sure that Arsenal are gonna become. You never know. So this might have been the year to trying to.
I can understand. I can understand prioritizing the Premier League, but after the international break, you play Leeds, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Newcastle. I don't know how Arsenal survive. I do not know. I don't know.
Well, I don't even think it's prioritizing, because at the end of, like, you have a squad, like you can't just play the same 11. So if you play 7 first team players, it should be enough. I don't even think it was prioritizing. I just think that on the day
They didn't show up.
they didn't they didn't show up. They didn't play good enough, and that doesn't mean that they're gonna lose the Premier League now, or that just because they prioritize now that they're gonna win it as well. But obviously, it was just they wasn't good enough on the day, and yeah, obviously they have to be better. But yeah, we'll see. What now is Premier League time for them. Even me, I told my brother was an Arsenal fan. You know what I'm saying? I told him yesterday. I sent him like, yo, you guys better win this Premier League because the way you guys been talking, the way Arsenal fan been talking, if you end up the season without no trophy, gee,
Lord have mercy.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know why people are making fun of Arsenal that much for the Europa League. Honestly, like I mean, it's Europa League. I don't think that was the target for them anyway. Like now in the middle of the season, it's the Premier League now, and I think that Manchester City being on the bracket that they were in the Champions League, I think it might benefit Arsenal now because City is gonna because one City already playing catch up in the league, right? Arsenal is gonna be playing one game a week. So that benefits them. They're just gonna keep grinding games and winning. And City gonna have to. City's still in the FA Cup. They're still in the Champions League. They have big games coming up in the Champions League, and they still have to manage to catch up Arsenal. So they're juggling three tournament, and which mean City gonna most likely have to play almost all their best player every single week in week out now because
no,
it's
but
not the season.
the thing we've seen them do that before. Like they've been doing this, winning Premier League and going in deep in the Champions League and winning
Have
FA
they
Cups.
really? Yeah,
Yes,
but
they have.
have they gonna have they got a
Last year
draw
they
like
went
this
to
though? Have they got a draw
yeah,
like
no,
this though?
but yeah, last year they went to the Champions League semifinals and they
Yeah,
won it.
but look who they
2 years
play.
before, same.
Look who they play in the quarterfinal though. Atletico Madrid.
Uh, the Atletico Madrid game was a tough game. If you
Yeah,
don't
but
like,
this is what I'm talking about though.
yeah,
This
but they
but
still won the league at the end of the
they
day.
won the league, but they didn't win the Champions League because I don't think City's gonna win both. I
Yeah,
don't.
no, but obviously they went to the semifinals, so it would have been one more game at the final, so it wouldn't have changed. Like for me, C has shown, and Guardiola is like like
Yeah, but
the thing we
they
see is
got
that when
eliminated FA Cup though to Liverpool
Hmm?
that season. They're juggling three tournament right now.
yeah,
I'm
but Man
saying
City are used they're
But
used to
again,
that.
though,
They have a
again, this is what
squad
I'm
there to
talking
be.
about. This is what I'm. Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about, though. They competing for for three trophies, right? For three trophies at the moment. They're on three. They're
Yeah,
on three tables. I'm saying
yeah,
I don't
three
see them
fronts. Yeah,
winning I don't see them winning the champions in the Premier League this season. They might win one of them. They might win one of them, but I don't see them winning both. I'm sorry, just not
sure.
gonna happen. I don't see how they win the
I don't know.
Champions League in the Premier League this season. I just don't see it because with
For
Arsenal
me,
being 5 points ahead of them in Champions League, you have Bayern Munich, and after that, you probably gonna have Madrid and Chelsea. Tough match. Then you obviously the final is the last game of the season, and you have I don't know, bro. You might be right, Kenny, but
no,
all I'm saying is
you
I don't
could
see
have,
them
for me
winning both.
it's about momentum right now because if they start winning games, like when you win games, like
They're
you like
winning. They're on
when
a
you
winning
we
streak
can
right now. I believe they're on like a 4 or
yeah,
5 game win
yeah,
streak.
yeah. But that's what like if they keep that winning streak, like even if they change a couple players, because honestly they can the front line like you're talking about FA Cups or FA Cup, they can change the whole front line. They're still gonna and FA Cups the team that in the FA Cups is not serious team. I think the quarterfinals they're playing like they can easily change the whole team and they're still gonna win that game. But for me,
So
is
do
the
you think do you think they're gonna win both or one of them?
I don't know if they're gonna win both, but they will be very close to the both of them. Like I think they're winning at least one of them, but I think that they will be close. I don't think they're gonna if they lose the Premier League or the Champions League.
That's
I
a
still
failure of a
think like
season. That's a
obviously it's a
failure of a
failure of a
season.
season. Yeah, obviously it's a failure of a season if they don't win at least one of them. But for me, I don't think that Arsenal not being in the Europa League, I'm not sure that it's really gonna help or I don't think that Man City being in all this competition is gonna hinder them more than if they were in like
But
just the Premier
but
League or just
isn't
the
that's
FA
what
Cup.
hindered them in 18-19? Remember in 18-19 when they were going for the quadruple, right? Remember Pep in the first
Yeah,
leg against Tottenham, he played a weaker side instead of his strongest 11 against Tottenham in the first leg because I think they had Chelsea on that weekend, something like that. I don't remember. I know they had a big game coming up in the Premier League. He played a weaker team where they end up losing that first leg. I Tottenham like 1-0, Aguero missed a penalty. Then we all know what happened the second leg. That's what I'm saying. It's not, I mean, you. it's hard to do a
But
treble in England. It just is.
no,
It's way
obviously
hard
that
to
is.
do it.
But for me, when I look at City squad, like the way they can rotate, like for me, I don't really like a weak squad. Like what is a weak squad for them? Like even if when they rotate, I still expect them to like go into. They go into every game most of the time.
But
Yeah,
Kenny,
yeah, for
but
sure.
Kenny, it's one thing to rotate a squad, and it's another thing to just disrespect your opponent. I feel like a lot of the time when Pep rotates severely his squad, he's kind of just looking down on the opponent, and it ends up biting him in the ass in the Champions League. It's happened so many times. Like think of all the French teams he's lost to.
Raimski,
Yeah,
we're gonna say Benabu.
What's
but
up?
that,
What's
that's
up? What's up?
but that's
I'm
what I'm
getting
saying.
my
Like
Benabu.
right now is big game, so probably you're not gonna see him rotating that. You're gonna see him rotate a bit, but you're not gonna see like him rotating like the full 11, except maybe in the FA Cup for me. But in the Premier League and in the Champions League, you're gonna see like most of the time the best team.
Because
Or maybe
Raimski, I
if
look at this is me
yeah,
talking as a Chelsea fan watching. Pep Guardiola sometimes is a madman when it comes to formation and everything. I understand about. I look at this season. Something changed in me when I look at Pep. I've seen Pep give opposition the ball and say, "F it, I don't care about position, just take it. I want to win." Because he knows he has Ireland where it's very good when it comes to counter football. Just like, here's the ball, take, come and possess us. Let's hit on the counter and win. Arsenal, he did the same thing against Arsenal. He won the match. He did it against Nottingham Forest. In as much as he drew that match, but it was mostly of a counter attacking. He also did the same thing in their last match where he just give them possession. We dash you. I will be like big. We just dash you possession. Just take possess us. We're gonna win matches. I can see him doing it in Premier League match where he doesn't care. He will just try to just give opposition team and win matches. He can do it.
I agree, Abdullah. He's shown a little more versatility in his tactical nous, but the problems are still there, man. Like they've lost to Liverpool twice, and that's no coincidence because City are very prone to counterattacks. As there's lingering issues with that team. The midfield isn't as strong as it used to be. They're overly reliant on Haaland for goal scoring, and a lot of the key players like Bernardo Silva have just not performed this season.
They've dropped, yeah.
So a lot of the assists and the goals are coming from players like Mahrez, Grealish, and Haaland. So you could exploit that. I think for Bayern, the game plan is pretty simple. Just play how you've always played. Use
but the problem
Musiala.
is both of them play I-line.
Yes,
that's my issue. Both play I-line. That's my issue. I don't trust Direct and Upamecano against Ireland. It will score goals. I don't trust those two.
This is the thing, right? A lot of people are saying Haaland's just, sorry to interrupt you guys, but a lot of people are saying like Haaland just gonna do that. But I think City not having like a Leroy Sané or Peak Sterling on the wing is gonna hurt them a bit, because if they don't play fast, because let's be real, this entire season their attack been very like static, right? They just don't move the ball as fast like they used to. I don't know if that's a Pep thing or just because they have the likes of Grealish and Foden on the wings. Well, I mean, Foden is more direct than obviously like Morris, but I don't know. I feel like having a player like Leroy Sané and Sterling on the wings would have helped a lot against a team that plays a high line. That's just me, because it's gonna be such a fascinating game, honestly. Like, because if you do a combined 11, I think it's very, very evenly. It's very even, man. Honestly, if you're doing a combined
but
11,
for me, is De Bruyne as well is going to be important because when I watch the City game, when he doesn't play, Ireland will make runs, and most of the other midfielders they don't pick them. De Bruyne is the only guy. When De Bruyne sees Ireland run, you just know put in the space.
Yes, that's very Kenny. That's very true, and especially against a high line team like Abdullahi said earlier. Finding those key crosses is just pivotal.
Or just pass. Just tell him to just pass the ball. Alan can make this run. Just pass that ball. He will score goal. That's what I'm saying. Bayern Man City, that's a goal for me. Both teams will score. I don't know who's gonna qualify, but both teams.
And Haaland has a very good record against Bayern too. He has a very good record. I know he lost a lot of games, obviously. I mean, playing for Dortmund, but he scores a lot of goals against Bayern. He has a very good record against them, so that's a bonus for City. I mean, but let me ask you guys this: do you guys think they can window playing like fullbacks at center backs against Bayern Munich?
It's tough because the way I call him Big Guzman. Sorry, people might come at me. I call him Big Guzman. The way Guzman play, he doesn't want to switch to back four. He prefers to play back three. So I'm like, I can understand why he wants to play back three, but the way Man City plays, I think Man City have the edge over Bayern because I believe they have more technical player for me than Bayern, and they can hold teams. Player like KDB, Foden, Gundogan can just turn up in a day and just win matches for you.
Against Leipzig, they play 4 center back against Leipzig. Stone, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, and
Akanji and Ake.
Yeah, so
and Ake has been their standout player this season. He has been very good for them. He has been. So that's what I'm saying. Man City has the edge because they have a player like KDB who can pass from anywhere, who can just pick pass from anywhere. So they have that kind of player in them. And as long as he's playing, it's not injured, it's good. For me, we're good. It's all about Man City will concede because of the way they play.
But yeah, a lot of people are underestimating City's potential because they've shown that they can be beaten this season. But it's still Man City. They still have the experience in this competition, and you can't take that for granted. And they don't have.
That's why I said. Sorry to cut. That's why I said I prefer to play Madrid in the quarterfinal and the semis rather than in the final, because in the final I have no chance. Madrid in the final, no chance. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna even bother watching that match because I know the outcome of the match already. But I'm sure it's Madrid.
I think you're selling yourself a little short, Abdullahi, because experience is a major factor in the Champions League, and we both have that. We both have that in the squad. So I think it's going to be a juggernaut series. It's going to be a 2 powerhouses going at it.
The trilogy, man. We're ready for it, man. The third time, man. Let's go.
Fourth time again. It's already tiring already. For the Madrid players, it's tiring. For Chelsea players, it's tiring. Like Madrid again. Lord have mercy. It is Madrid again.
No, I'm happy we have the return at Stamford Bridge, because going over there for the return, man.
Me too. That change, that swing it into our favor, because depending on the result we get at the Bernabeu.
Do you guys remember 2009 Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, man? I'm just saying, man.
Relax, easy.
No, but obviously, for me, the past twice
there's no VR. Now there's VR, so relax.
It's been close games. Like I think people are like. I think people are like, oh, it's Real Madrid. They're just going to destroy Chelsea. Like, we've played for the past 2 years, and it's been close games. I don't think even if you guys beat us, I don't think you're going to dominate us like you did Liverpool or something.
No, for sure. Like Kenny, to add to your point, we're still the same team pretty much that you faced those last 2 years. You guys are practically just a new team. So it's like there's the X factor that you have that we don't really have a lot of data on your team. So it's going to be a little more unpredictable facing Chelsea. Like, will Conte play? Who knows?
Yeah, and for me, it's about the form we're going to go into the game. Right now, we're getting rhythm.
Thomas Tuchel, because Thomas Tuchel has a very good European record against us in European knockout. He just does. He's so good. And when it comes to the Champions League, he just has a very good record against Real Madrid.
I'm waiting to see Vinicius Junior with James again. For the second time.
By the way, there's so many Chelsea players that can miss a second leg because there's so many of you.
I see a lot of yellow cards in it. Yeah.
The one thing that's a worry, a red flag for Chelsea is last time when you beat us, it was a very tactical midfield battle that you used to edge it over us. But this season, I think it's kind of a wash. I think our midfield is just superior in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and the only thing is N'Golo Kante is our key. If we can get him fit for that match, we have a chance. We have a chance because it's going to be the squad for tomorrow's match. It's not 100% fit yet. So will Potter be able to risk it and just throw him to the fire against Madrid? First, we have like Liverpool and Wolverhampton wonders before Madrid. Can it? That's my problem. Will you be able to just? Will you take the risk and just say, "F it, I don't care"?
He's a world-class player. But he's going to play.
Yeah, but we have the international break as well. So he's in the squad today. I think he might put him on.
It's out of the.
He's not in the French squad. So I think if he tomorrow probably he might play maybe 10 minutes or something, and then you have a full 2 weeks of training since he's not going to international break, and then you have the Wolf and Liverpool game for him to prepare for that Madrid game. So he's definitely going to play. He's definitely going to play.
Look, with a player like Conte, you're talking about a player in his 30s with a lot of experience. So that's the kind of player that you can just slot in right away. And as Vilton and me are Madrid fans, like the first time we lost to you guys, I'm sure Vilton will echo the sentiment. Kante was just unplayable that game. Like he literally ran the show.
Oh my God, with Casemiro and everything. Yeah. I want to be Shifoga, and it became Shifoga.
Yeah,
but he hasn't played since August. Like it's been a long time.
That is the fear. That is our fear. That
I mean, it was type of similar to that season, though, wasn't it? Because he was kind of not out of form, but he wasn't that up to his standard like the first half of the season. But in the second half, and
because N'Golo has spoken out. He said he's been playing with painkillers. He said he's been playing with painkillers. He's been injured. He's been rushed a lot of time. And now he's done the surgery. He's out of injury now. He's fully fit and ready. He's done the surgery. Because it was fear that he won't be able to do the surgery because of the painkillers. And now he's done the surgery. He is ready. He said he's ready. He wants to play. He's out of injury. He's ready.
To get injured, man. That's a good thing. But how do you guys feeling about the Napoli AC Milan tie, man?
I'll give it to Napoli for me. Napoli for me, though.
I know. Napoli, but why do I have the feeling AC Milan's gonna knock them out, bro?
I think it's because it's like an Italian tie. That's why. And in Champions League, you never know, because when you play a team of your same country, it might be because they know each other well.
I'll be honest, Kenny. I think AC Milan is just a fugazi team, man. I think they've been very fortunate. They've been very fortunate with their ties. I don't think they deserve to be this far in the competition, personally.
No, but you don't have to. They had a lot of injuries as well beginning of the year. Like they're getting some of their players back as well.
That's
like
true.
Maignan back. Nandez is fully fit. Tomori as well is back. They're getting some of their midfielders back. So that's like because for the first 6 months they had a lot of injuries. So I don't know. Like Milan is still, and they still have good players on the day. Leao is still there. You have the Brahim Diaz is nice. You have an experienced striker in Giroud that has been there, done it. So I won't be surprised especially if defensively they don't like. I wouldn't be surprised if they knock them out.
Because the reason I'm saying that, remember they beat Napoli 1-0, I think. I don't remember what month it was. It was this year for sure. Was it?
No, that was Inter.
No, that was
Inter.
Was that
so Milan and Napoli played in September, and actually Napoli beat them 2-1 in that game.
Okay.
That was the last time.
Was it Inter?
It was Inter.
It was Inter. Yeah, it was the first game back from the World Cup. They beat them.
Yeah.
But I think they play one week before the Champions League.
They play on April 2nd. It's in 2 weeks or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Napoli should win. So who do you guys have making the final on that side of the bracket?
I've already said it. Chelsea, Napoli. People might call me crazy, but people might call me crazy. I've been saying it since before the group stage finished. I said it. Chelsea, Napoli. People say, "Are you mad?" I said, "I know I'm mad."
What about you, Kenny? Who do you have?
When it comes to UCL, I tend to get things right. I said it on HH Hangout. He was calling me mad. I said, "Remember I predicted Mbappe at in Camp Nou?" HH said yes. You haven't given me my props yes. I gave you so many predictions. HH was like, "Okay, relax on this." I said, Napoli, Chelsea in the final. He said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "I'm crazy." Don't say it. If that happens, I'm gonna be break because Osimhen is my guy.
Oh no, because
Chelsea, the club I love. Oh my God!
Everyone want Napoli to win so bad. I feel like as much as a neutral, you probably want Napoli or Benfica to win the Champions League, right? As a neutral, but because you so desperate for it to happen, it usually doesn't happen. That's just how.
But is that usually there's only one team like that, but this time there's two and they're on the same side of the bracket. So I'm like, one of them has to make. I feel like one of them has to make it.
Right.
I don't know which one of them, but I think one of them has to make it.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I don't know. It all depends. For me, if we beat Real and Man City, I think if Man City, it all depends. I think if Bayern beat Man City and we beat you, I think we can beat Bayern. But if Man City beats Bayern, I don't think we can beat Man City. And I don't think you guys. I don't think if Man City play against you guys, I think they will beat you that this time.
This is very important now because I look at Bayern and I look at Man City.
Oh no, man!
It's tough because this is what the way I say. Once you can get up the quarterfinal and you are in the semi-final, anything is possible. Anything is possible. See, regardless of the team. See, UCL is not a league match. is a competition where it's a moment. Take your chances and you win matches. Just take your chances.
I actually disagree with you and Kenny Abdullahi because for me, I think your bogey team it would be Bayern Munich just based on play style because the teams that have the teams that have like succeeded against you guys have been very pacey teams on the counter. So it's like I think their play style is just not suited for yours. City, look, you have a lot of data on City, and Chelsea are just the City's bogey team in a lot of ways. So
I don't know. See the way the past few times like they've been beating us badly, even in the F like they've been beating us like badly. Like honestly,
we only beat them under 2K.
Yeah, since that UCL final, like we haven't beat them. Like even with Tuchel, the past like they've beaten us every time. I don't want to face City. I don't. For me, honestly, I feel like we would. I don't think we could. I know it's Champions League and all that, but I don't think we would. Nah.
So based on your analysis, Kenny, you I'm assuming you don't think you're going to make the final, right? Because of that side of the bracket.
That's the thing is that if Bayern beat City, I do think we can beat Bayern over 2 days.
Okay.
I do think we can, but Man City, I don't see us being. I think Man City might be the team that scarred me the most the past few years. Like we've taken some beatings from City. I'm not gonna lie.
For me, I think to beat Bayern Munich, you have to be a very compact team, like as shown in the Bundesliga. I think Real Madrid are very compact. We're very organized in that way. I don't see that. I don't see that from Chelsea so much. I don't.
No, I think with the three at the back, I think we've been a bit more compact lately. I think, and I think that I like when the game is a bit more open. I don't think that if we have to make the game and all that. I think that we're good at like not too much like sitting back, but yeah, like a bit more of an open game. Like you see the way Dortmund play. I think that Bayern will play a bit the same more way, so it's going to be a bit more open. So against Bayern is about who's going to take the chances. That's the only thing for me. Is the chances we're going to have chances against this team. It's just are we going to be able to?
If you're Chelsea, I think you'd rather go against City. If you're Chelsea, I think you would match that. The reason I say that because just the way how City loves having the ball, and you could just hit them on the counterattack and be more compact. Just stay compact when you get your chance, you take it against them. I think, and the thing about it, you both play in the same league, so you guys know each other very well. Because when two teams in the same league usually play against each other, the ties are closer than what people expect. Like Barca and Atletico, Real Madrid and Atletico.
That's the thing, Bilton. If you think about all of Chelsea's strengths, Bayern pretty much have identical strengths and then some, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Chelsea. Chelsea are their fullbacks are great. They can be very decisive in the final third. Although they haven't really shown that this year because they haven't scored that many goals.
Yeah, for sure.
But historically that's been the case. Bayern are just pace, power, consistency, and they have a very intelligent player in Musiala who can just dictate play in the final third. They're scary, man. That team. I'm sorry, guys. That team for me is the favorite. Besides my team, that team is the favorite for the competition. Personally.
So you think they're going to beat Man City?
I think they beat City.
I think so.
I said they beat City. They're gonna beat City.
It is tough because
you know why. And don't forget, the second leg is at the Allianz Stadium. I think that might.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want to see is if they can do something, because the second leg against PSG, the way they defended Mbappe was great. What they did.
But this is it. Now this is it.
This is
like that. This is me talking. I don't have a player. Watching as Man City.
They don't have a dynamic winger.
If Man City goes to Allianz, see. If Upamecano and the Delect is trying to take out Alan, you are making the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, that's it.
I've seen Pep doing this bullshit. You know what they will tell this player? Give Bayern the ball. Don't worry, just give them the ball. And he will tell KDB, what I want from you, be decisive with your pass. Foden, be decisive. Gundogan, be decisive. Ederson Moraes, be decisive. Don't worry. See, forget about possession. Give them the ball. I just want one pass, loop pass. I want Upamecano to start running, follow Haaland, run with him. You are in trouble.
I think what you said there is key, Abdullahi. Sorry, but just to make a quick point, I think what you said, Abdullahi, is very key because City this season have been more prone to losing the ball and being okay with it. But when you have a team like Bayern, I've watched them a lot this season. Goretzka is an amazing ball winner. Like anytime Kimmich or Muller misplace a pass, Goretzka pretty much redeems the ball almost instantly. So I think with a team like City, if they're going to lose, if they're going to give up possession a little bit, they have to be concerned about that. And from City's perspective, I think breaking Bayern's high line is pretty easy to do with a player like Haaland, who just makes, like Kenny said earlier, makes those decisive runs, and is very and in the box is just unplayable.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. The reason I appreciate Pep more this season, unlike other seasons, is it's adapted to the player he has in the squad. Yes, because
or is it the City the final bit?
No. City are trying to adapt to Haaland, and that is what Pep has been doing. In some matches this season, I've seen just Pep, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Arsenal.
It was only the Arsenal game.
Those 4 teams, Pep has given them the ball. Just go possess the ball, do whatever you want, and there's one on the counter. He's giving them.
It was only the Arsenal game, though. I swear, it was against Arsenal where he respected Arsenal enough to let Arsenal have possession.
Nottingham Forest, he gave them the ball. Those 2.
I don't remember these games.
No, because I'm looking at the Arsenal stats right now. Arsenal had 64% possession of the ball and City only had 36%. That was the only game I remember City. I mean, to be fair, I think they allow Arsenal to have possession. They were like, "Here's the ball, Arsenal. You at home, you try to dictate. You try and break us down," which obviously didn't work. They won that game 3-1, and I think that was Haaland's best game. I know people are gonna bring up his 5 goals, his hat trick, but based on what a center forward is supposed to do, I think that was his best game because he bullied Saliba and Gabriel.
I think you just made Abdullahi's point, Vilton, because they're playing with a center forward this season and they're lobbing balls towards him. In a sense, you're kind of giving up possession anyway, because the way City used to play is they used to just hold possession even in the box, right?
Yeah.
But now this season it's a lot more crosses for the center forward, so you're losing the ball if you're not successful, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I've been waiting for this tie in a long time. I wanted this tie in 2020 that season. Last season I wanted this tie. Last season we didn't get it. We finally have it now. I mean, both teams were really good, I think. So it would have been much better. Ramsey would have been, it would have been so cool if Lewandowski was still at Bayern Munich. Lewandowski versus Haaland. That would have been such a good match to watch, bro.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Made the move.
Man City will win because in as much as Choupo-Moting is on form, and guys, I would trust Haaland more than Choupo-Moting because if you look at Coleman, Gnabry, and Sané, they have been off this season. It's not been the level I want them to be.
So not Coleman. The other 2 years, but Coleman has been. The only thing with Coleman is that he's injury prone. That's why. But when he plays,
Mane loved scoring against Manchester City, so hopefully he brings
that's true.
He has to, but the problem, for me, the difference is this Man City team is kind of different than last season. Because this Man City team, if you look at Pep, he has been rating KDB, and people are keeping. He said KDB is not on his level, and I want him to be back to the Kevin De Bruyne everybody knows. And Kevin De Bruyne also said it. I've not been to the level I want to be, and I appreciate the manager being honest with me. He said the same thing too. So I can see Pep doing that bullshit against Bayern and say, okay, KDB, Gundogan, play together. All I want you guys to give Bayern the ball. Haaland, be decisive with your run.
Right.
Everybody, all ball to Haaland. I won't be surprised if I'm seeing all ball to Haaland. And when you give Haaland 5 chances, he will score these chances.
But look, Abdullahi, the thing about so you highlighted Choupo earlier, right? So the thing that's very underrated about Choupo-Moting is his hold-up play in the box, because he'll hold the ball a lot of the time and not get dispossessed, and then he'll set up Musiala with a back pass or just in the box in general, right? So I think that is a very key aspect to beating City, because a lot of teams, City will give chances, but it's about how efficient you can be. If you're having a player like Choupo-Moting holding the ball and then passing it to Musiala in the box, it's very efficient to play.
But that's the thing with Bayern. I see them missing quite a lot of chances sometimes. They might score a lot, but with the low amount of chances they might get, are they gonna are the forwards gonna be able to score the goal? And especially
I think we're underestimating Bayern defense. They might not as big, but how we are used to seeing them, their defense is very strong.
Agree. De Ligt has been he leveled up a lot since Juventus. He's a different player at this point. He's very
But
good.
the thing is Haaland, like the guy is so strong and fast. I don't know if he might I don't know if they're gonna be able to, because I saw like sometimes against Mbappe, I saw Upamecano, like obviously he's not like he was quite quick and he was strong enough to like brush him off. Like with Haaland, you can't be doing that type of stuff with Haaland. Like
yeah,
the guy is
but you know what?
and
You know
fast,
what?
like,
You know what though, Kenny? De Ligt is also very strong and fast. Upamecano not so much in a sense. But you put a player like De Ligt on him, I think it'll do wonders. You want a player like Rudiger to mark a player like Haaland, right? Who can match him with that physicality.
I don't know if I don't know if De Ligt is strong enough for that. We'll see. But yeah, De Ligt has been after his dodgy spell at Juve, he's been gaining some of his form back at Bayern Munich. So
right. See, the thing for me, Bayern don't lack physicality at all. You have players like Goretzka, who's very fine with being in the box anyway. He'll be a third center back in that regard. I just look, man. Bayern, they just have a lot of answers for a lot of these teams. Maybe you don't trust Nagelsmann as a coach, but just based on their squad alone, you have to fear that team.
SSB said this might sound crazy, but I think we are better than tricky small quick player.
Yeah, that I agree with.
Yes, I agree. But the problem is Haaland is, if KDB is playing, for how long are you going to keep hold of Haaland? Because see, you can take out Mbappe because you know his pace and everything. But Haaland is difficult because KDB, Gundogan, all of them can pass. Everybody in that team can pass. So,
but I mean, we've seen it before though this season though, where team has taken Haaland out of the game completely.
Exactly.
Like in a sense, Liverpool.
In a sense, Vilton, you're right, because they're kind of overly reliant on his goals. Because it's only him and Mahrez scoring pretty much, right?
Yeah, we saw it against Liverpool. Liverpool completely took him out that game.
Yeah, but you see with Liverpool, they played
remember the Manchester United game? Like Haaland was so remember how he started dropping into midfield to try linking up.
But these teams, they play a bit deeper. But Bayern Munich is not the type of team that's going to play. I don't know. You never know. Maybe Nagelsmann, against PSG, they played. I was surprised. They did play high, but they didn't play as high as they usually.
Yeah, I mean you can't when you have Mbappe.
So that's why. So I don't know if they will do the same with Haaland or if they're going to go back to the Bayern Munich you see in the Bundesliga. So I don't. It all depends on Nagelsmann. If he's going to, I think he's going to respect Haaland. So he might play a bit deeper.
Because I like what you said, because if you look at the way, let's assume Chelsea went to now. For me, I would love us to play Man City rather than Bayern. And I will give you a reason. Reason is, I can trust Thiago Silva with my whole life. He will deal with Haaland.
Yeah.
He will deal with Haaland because it's an experienced player. It does not need to move with Haaland. He will just stay in this box. Haaland, come meet me. He will deal with Haaland magnificently. I trust Silva to do that. Him to do that. So my fear with Man City is are they gonna play KDB and Gundogan, or it's gonna be Gundogan? Because it depends on how Pep want to set up against us. If you know, okay, this team is playing the back three, do I match them or do I give them the ball? My problem with Chelsea is if you give us the ball, we are toothless. We don't know how to make use of the ball. So I think Pep want to dominate us, and that will be the biggest mistake, because if you dominate Chelsea, I'm a good defensive and we hit you on the counter, you are in trouble. That Man City defense give me a little bit worried, because I don't think they can hold on to the way we play. We don't play with the number 9.
Right.
That's I'm happy Havertz is coming back to the Havertz we know, for him to usually play. And Enzo can pass. We have some quick players who are fast and can pass the ball.
It's like that old saying, Abdullahi. It's better to face the devil you know versus the devil you don't, right? But the thing about statistically, if you look at City, they play through Haaland and through Mahrez, right? So that's, in a sense, they're more one-dimensional than Bayern, because Bayern's goals come from everywhere. They're getting goals on the wings. They're getting goals from Choupo. They're getting goals from Musiala. It's kind of a headache knowing how to prepare for a team like that can score from anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Whereas City are very box-heavy when it comes to goals. So I think statistically you'd want to face that team because you'd have more data and more ways to approach that game.
Yeah, simple. I agree. And it's gonna be a big fight, because Chelsea, Man City, 2 Premier League teams going head to head. That's because people still gonna, and I like that people put Man City as favorites, and I like that, because when Chelsea become a favorite in the team, we tend to collapse. I don't like that. I prefer us being under the way people doesn't have an eye on us. Just give the title Man City at the favorite, and let's just play our football. I don't rate Potter, but Ryan, I've said it again. If Chelsea beat Real Madrid, I might change my stand on that. I'm not joking.
Look at both times you won the Champions League. Look at both times you won the Champions League. No one kind of expected Chelsea to do it those 2 seasons, right? 2012, like no one expected Chelsea to do it. And then in the 2020s, like no one expected. So look, man, with Potter, he has to put all his eggs in the Champions League basket. Like what's the nothing's gonna come from the Premier League. You're not gonna get relegated, right?
Yeah.
So he has to go all out.
There's no other basket to go to.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If this Chelsea team wins the Champions League, bro, I'm never rating the Champions League ever again, bro.
What do you mean? Some of these Champions League, some of these guys like 2 Champions League,
Bro, you 10th in the league, bro. I've never seen something like this in my life, bro.
I've seen it happening.
You are
no, but we're not gonna finish 10th. Like realistically, we're not gonna finish.
You're gonna finish top 7. You're not gonna finish in the top 6.
No, but Vilton, in terms of the field of the Champions League right now, it's probably the most even field that we've seen.
Is it really?
Is there a standout team? Really?
No, there's not a standout team, but I'll say this: the Madrid, Bayern, and City are better than Chelsea. If they allow Chelsea to win the Champions League this season, I'm done. I'm gonna be like Pep. The Premier League is the standard. If you win the Premier League, that's what you'd call the best team in the world. Actual consistency over 38 games. Because Ryan, I'm sorry, I've seen Liverpool win it like in 2005, finish 6th in their league, but bro, 10th, bro. And winning the Champions League,
we're not gonna finish 10th. Like so, 10th is just
right. I'm not gonna be a hater and be like, "Oh, Chelsea didn't deserve it," because you would have to beat Madrid, City, or Bayern, or Napoli, Benfica, enter AC in the final. You would deserve it, but it just be like, "Yo, like so." Pretty much, you can be horrible the entire season and be 10, 11, and you go into Europe and flip a switch like nothing.
No, but the thing with Chelsea is like this 10th, and like if you look at the quality of squad, like the quality of the players in the squad are still there. Like in 2012, like you still have players there. Like you had a lot of quality players. Like they're not like this is not a squad that should be 10th. Obviously, right now the position in the league doesn't.
But Brighton,
no, I know,
Brentford, they've been really good this season.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't reflect the quality of the squad. Like this is not a team that the players. This is not a team that should be 10th right now.
Yeah, and this is also tournament football, right? So this isn't the 38 game season. This is tournament football.
Tournament football, yeah. And Chelsea team is a tournament team. We're not a league team. I'm sorry, and I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
No, but that's true as well. Most of our important players, they're way too injury prone to be winning leagues.
Exactly. Even Kai Havertz said he knows for a fact we are a tournament team. We tend to turn up in the UCL. He doesn't know what's going on, but he said it. We are a tournament team, and we tend to do well in the UCL. So I don't know. I don't know what UCL have done to Chelsea, where we just decided to turn up in the UCL and we blame crap in the Premier League. I don't know what happened, but it's Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're Chelsea, the worrying thing is just the goals. Like, you got to figure out the goal situation.
And the combination of the goals, yeah. I think the goals will come because it's all about the communication between the front players. And I think that's what the problem is. New players coming in, gelling together, settling down, understanding each other's movement, communication. That has been the problem. The problem is not about scoring goals. It's about how many goals are we going to score? The consistency in the goals we score.
Because since he's been putting the same consistent front three, like we've been scoring a bit more goals. So that's it. Because that's the thing. When we signed all these players, I think that Potter was trying to be too nice and trying to be like, oh, I'm going to try you once, and then I'm going to try you once, and then you just signed. Okay, I'm going to try. Like, just stick to the. I think right now is like when he saw his job was on the line, it was like, yo, all right, cool. Like, it's time to be ruthless. Like, I ain't got time to. It's either you guys or me. So I ain't trying to leave this job, you know what I'm saying? So you had to decide. So it was like, yo, I'm gonna stick to the team, and obviously right now the team is performing. So stick to the 3 players that are there. So that's why right now I'm not like. So right now,
I want to see how Modric is gonna feel against Carvajal. Mikhaila Modric against Carvajal. That guy has space. That guy has stupid pace, man. Lord have mercy.
So the guys like Madueke, like we might not see them for a long time. For me, the only 4 guys that I'm seeing like right now is trusting is Felix, Havertz, Sterling, and Modric. The other like the Aubameyang, the Fofanas, these guys, you may only see them like off the bench. That you may not see them that much for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. Look, I mean, with players like, for example, Gallagher, I don't think he can play this tie because any player that's prone to losing the ball is just we eat off that. Like Madrid licks their lips when that happens, right? So it's like the partnership with Vinny and Benzema is really what you guys have to look out for. And then we have amazing players off the bench like Rodrigo. Our squad is actually quite more deep than a lot of people realize.
So that is my fear, though, the connection between Vinny and Benzema. And I think that would be the job of Silva and the other guys. How do we take them out of the game? Because I believe if you can take out Vinny out of the game, it will be very difficult for Benzema to come out to play. Because he will play. But if you can take out Vinny, like, okay, now we're taking out Vinny. What next?
But Benzema is not in the same form as he was last year. So, and
he can still be very decisive, though.
That's the thing.
It can be. That's my feeling with Benzema.
Will Silva be fit? I don't know. He was out for 6 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
He might not be fit for the first leg. Yeah, he's still injured. Yeah, he's still injured. Yeah, his injury was. Wait. When was it? It was against.
He played against Liverpool, though. He played against Liverpool.
I don't know. I think they said it was 6 weeks. So I don't know if he's going to be back for the Real Madrid leg. I think he's going to be there for the second leg, for the first leg.
Is he injured or is he ready?
Are you talking about?
No, still injured.
Which player are you guys talking about?
Benzema.
Thiago Silva.
Benzema picked up a very minor injury, but he'll be back for the tie for sure because the tie is in April 12th. So that's
April.
Yeah, he'll be back by then for sure.
Yeah, that's Thiago. I don't know if Thiago Silva would be back.
Silva will be back because Potter confirmed he'll be back after the international break. So we'll see.
After the okay.
So do you guys have any other major injury? Like is Badashile injured or is it?
No, Badashile isn't playing because of the UCL. He's not playing in the UCL.
He's not. Yeah, he's not registered. Obviously, no.
No, what? That's a huge miss, man. That's actually a huge miss, you know.
I don't know. It depends because I don't mind Cucurella because Badashile might be a better defender. Yeah, but Cucurella is the way Potter has been using him since he's like obviously he had the bar start, but the way he's using him is giving him a bit more license to be a bit more aggressive. And for me, it's his part. The way he passes when we get pressed, the passes he makes, especially to Joao Felix, I don't think Badashile can make these type of passes. So on the ball, I think he might.
And I think Madrid needs to watch out for Enzo and Kai, especially Kai. The defender needs to be very careful about Kai. He might not be in form, but Kai is getting back to his form little by little. You have to be very careful about him. He's a danger man. I'm not joking. Kai is a danger man. When it comes to UCL, he tends to just turn up. I don't know what clock we just use. He just turn up. I don't know.
Is Mendy going to be back?
Yeah, Mendy will be back. I don't think he's going to keep though. I think because Potter was kept more than Mendy.
No. Mendy, the Real Madrid fellow Mendy, the left back.
No, I don't think he'll be back for. Well, actually, I mean, it's. Let me check. I don't think so, but
he was on the bench against Liverpool. Though. He was on the bench. I saw him on the bench.
Yeah. So right now, in terms of like major injuries, we don't really have very many, and neither do Chelsea really.
No, yeah. Only Silva, and Silva will be back before if he doesn't play the first leg, I think he will play the second leg.
Right.
So Silva will be back. So our injury is okay. We're fine with the injuries. Everybody's gonna be fully fit. That is why I'm looking at Potter. Does he play back four? I don't know. Does he play back there with Ungolo and Enzo? Or does he pack the midfield and say, let me play 3-5-2? I don't know.
So I just checked transfer market, and they don't have an expected return for Mendy, so I'm not gonna assume that he'll be playing. But David Alba will be back on.
Alba will be back.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge for us.
Alaba can play left back. He can play midfielder. So
and the players that are on a risk of suspension, Nacho, Carvajal, and Camavinga all have yellows. So that.
So if Camavinga and Nacho any of them get a yellow card, it means the second leg.
Yeah, Camavinga has been playing well as well. He's been playing very well.
Camavinga makes the second leg, you have Tchouaméni, so you guys are fine.
That's true.
You guys are, if you miss, you guys are cool. If Nacho miss, you can play Mendy, you can play Alaba there. So you guys are also cool. You guys are cool. I think you guys are.
But you'd want to go with the formation that we're used to using, right? So I think Camavinga is just a pivotal player for us. Like we kind of need him in this tie, especially if we're gonna be going up against Conte potentially. You'd want.
This is my fear with Conte. How fit? I don't doubt his readiness. How fit will it be? That's my fear. I don't doubt his readiness. I know N'Golo Kante will be ready. How fit will it be? That's my fear.
He has 3 weeks now, almost a month to get ready right now. If he's back in the squad, he's training. So 3 weeks should be enough for him to be ready to, like, even if he should be ready, and by the second leg he should be 100% ready.
Right. So let me get this straight. So Aubameyang, Badiashile, Madueke, and Fofana can't play, right?
Yeah. Fofana. That's right. Yeah, the striker Fofana, not the.
The other. The young one, right?
And Madueke as well. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Those are like Badiashile and Madueke in particular. You kind of want those players in the squad against Madrid, and for you guys to be missing those two in particular, I think could be interesting. Like we could take advantage of that. Let's say Chelsea get a major injury, right? Let's say
there's Ziyech, which I don't trust. There's Sterling, which I'm like, we'll see. Sterling is there, is ready, so he can play.
Well, I mean, Sterling.
Yeah, what does Sterling has? I don't know. He
has an hamstring injury.
Yeah, but hasn't Sterling? That was like what, early March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, with a hamstring, you'd expect him to be back in April 12th, right? Like by then.
Yeah, it will be back because Potter said it's not something that is serious. It should be in the squad for the Champions League.
Yeah, is he going to international break with England?
No, it's not going. He's out.
It's not going. Out.
And with a player like Thiago Silva has a ligament injury, and that's been since February, right?
No. He just got the injury against Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Tottenham. Yeah.
So it should be back for the UCL, but this is I don't know because Potter said it might come back for the second leg or the first leg, but they have to see how he recovers.
Okay.
So they might not take the risk on him. They might just give him time to recover and get him ready for the second leg at Stamford Bridge. So we have to wait.
The way we've been playing, I won't rush him. Like, if it's really that, don't rush him. Just take it. And for me, Koulibaly is better as a center back It's not for me. It's better as a center back that's the left or the right one. So,
but a lot of the time with that dynamic, Kenny, like Silva is actually running that back line. Like he's organizing.
He is.
So you'd want that experience on the pitch against Madrid.
No, obviously, would want him. Yeah, but I think I don't rush him, especially the three that has been playing. They've been playing they're going to play like for the past 4 or 5 games. If he's ready and fit, but you don't need to rush him. You don't need to rush him.
Good.
So Edward Mendy hasn't been playing, right? So so honestly, I think like with our goalkeeper, he showed that he can be man of the match in the Champions League last season. Whereas yours is very prone to.
I'm not sure.
Valverde, get ready to practice the long shots, bro. Get ready.
I'm calling your name. Please.
Honestly,
Kepa has a monster game against us, bro. Watch it happen too.
Both keeper are dodgy. Mendy with his feet might be the worst keeper I've ever seen, and then Kepa cannot save a long shot to save his life. Both of them are, and in the end as well. If you guys put crosses like Kepa with his flapping hands, he cannot control the ball. The guy has no presence when the ball is in the air. I don't know why. Instead of even when if you go for the punches, actually punch the ball. Just palms it. I don't get it. Don't they train that in the goalkeeper training or something? He doesn't punch the ball. I don't know what's going on.
I think my problem with Kepa is indecisive because sometimes he come out and he decide, should I stay? Should I wait? Should I come? And I think ever since Silva has been out, we've been having that problem because when Silva plays, Kepa tend to make that kind of silly mistake where Silva coordinate the defense and kind of let him know, okay, I get this. Stay on your lane. This is my job. Just stay on your lane. I'll figure this out. But ever since he's been out after the Tottenham Hotspur match, it's been looking very dodgy. I'm like, What the heck is going on with Kepa? So, and I think Koulibaly, this is the job of Koulibaly where he has to let Kepa know, bro, I get you. You don't need to come and just leave the job for me. Which Silva kind of have a lot because he has that experience and he can coordinate the defense very well. Where Kepa be like, okay, we have Silva here. My mistake can be a little bit smaller rather than making a huge mistake in terms of being bigger mistake.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look though. If you're Madrid, you have to be happy about that situation because a lot of question marks in Chelsea's back line and goalkeeper. So, I mean, in a sense, we're looking forward to that. But from your perspective, you're dealing with players like Rudiger with a lot of experience that know Chelsea, Courtois, a lot of experience, know Chelsea as well. So I think in a sense you kind of have to fear your ability to score against a team like that, right? Especially because if you're lacking goals.
We would have our chances against Madrid. Can we score? Not my problem. We will have our chances against Madrid. We will have the chances. Can we be clinical? That is my fear. Can we be? I don't know. Can we be clinical? I don't know. We have to wait and see.
If you watch that second half against Liverpool, Abdullahi, we were struggling to score too.
Yes.
Benzema was missing sitters. Valverde missed 2 sitters.
Yeah.
Vinicius.
And, credit to Alisson Becker. He was there to save Liverpool. It should have been more.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think Liverpool had their chances too, but Courtois saved you guys too. So I might see this like go to what's called a penalty shootout. It might go there. I might see it going to that.
What do you think the odds should be for this kind of game? Would you say Madrid is like a 60% favorite, 55% at least?
Yeah, 55-45.
I would say 60-40.
60-40?
Yeah, 60-40, yeah.
60 to Madrid, 40 to Chelsea. Why I say 60-40 is I see some deficiency in Madrid where we can target that deficiency. Where if we are on it, just take your chances against Madrid, you can't beat them. Why I also say 60% is Madrid has the superiority. It is Benzema. Madrid might be dead for like 80 minutes, but once Benzema wake up, we are in trouble. It's game over. Once they wake up, I don't care how good of a defender you are, it is Karim Benzema. It is Benzema.
And it's also Modric and Cruz and Camavinga.
Exactly.
They've been the heartbeat.
Exactly. And if they wake up, Lord have mercy. If both teams wake up, Lord have mercy. We're going to be in serious trouble if this wake up. So we have to wait and see, though. It's going to be a very big, very tough match. But I trust my team and my players to that. Give Madrid a very tough, very, very tough game.
Yeah. But we need to have a better first leg than because last year we just gave him the silly mistake and we gave ourselves too much to do in the second leg. If we can keep it even if it's a loss, maximum 1 goal or draw, I think that gives us a lot of chance to win in the
second leg. Yeah, I agree. But it's all about how we play the first leg, though. It's all about how we play because Madrid also have an objective also in the league also. So will they rest some players? It depends on Ancelotti. Will they rest players? Will they go full out in the league? So it has to depend on what it does in the league.
Would you want to see a more? Sorry, go ahead.
How many points are you guys behind Barcelona in the league again?
That's unsalvageable. We're not going to win the league. I don't think it's over 10 points. Yeah.
Damn.
In terms of Chelsea though, would you like to see a more defensive approach? Because that's how that's how a lot of teams have beaten us in La Liga this season. They've been more defensively minded and they've taken their small opportunities that they get. Whereas Liverpool just went for it. Like even though Liverpool was down 5, like they were still going for it and left a lot of space.
Yeah, I think we'll be more defensive because the way Potter play with the back three, I think we'll go defensively. But my fear is, are we going to take our chances against Madrid? That is my fear. Are we taking our chances? Madrid will give us chances. It's all about us being clinical and take our chances. And Madrid have a difference maker in Karim Benzema. We don't have a difference maker. That is my fear. So are we going to take our chances? I'm not sure. Madrid will give us chances. That one I'm sure of. Why are we going to take our chances? I don't know.
I think even if you do, you're not going to overwhelm us with goals. You're not going to be 4-0 up or something.
No,
I don't think
it's not possible.
So for you, I think you kind of have to take a defensive approach because you're kind of banking on a 1 or 2-0, right?
Exactly. And to take it to Stamford Bridge in second leg, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
think it's the second leg. Exactly. That's like the Dortmund match. Like Dortmund beat us 1-0.
I'll say
We had
this,
our
man. If Chelsea do beat us, bro, I'm gonna become a Napoli and Benfica fan. I'll be rooting for those two to win it, bro.
Stop.
No, I would be, bro. And part of me, you guys think I might be trolling, but part of me, no, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say on live TV, but on live.
Say it with chest. Say it with
Say it with chest, man.
No,
Like,
no,
come
I'm
on.
not gonna say it live, but I'm not gonna say. Yeah, Benfica, Napoli. If Chelsea do knock us out, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a Benfica Napoli fan, bro. I'm gonna be rooting. Not just them. I'm gonna be rooting for that side to win it. Forget you bum Chelsea, Bayern City. Forget you guys. I'm gonna
Easy.
be-
Because Victor,
I'm
you
gonna
have
put my neutral
see,
jersey
people
on
have
and
to
just root
people
for
have to
those.
respect us. Look at the path we're gonna be going to Madrid, and if we beat Madrid, we're gonna be facing Man City or
No, that's
Bayern.
what I'm saying. I'm gonna
That
put my
path is
neutral
very
jersey on and just support Napoli. Pretty much the underdog. We all like the underdog story. So if you guys knock my club out, I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
a
I mean,
Napoli
look,
Benfica fan.
if Chelsea beat us, you know, we're kind of the gatekeepers of the Champions League. It's like if you want to win the Champions League, you have to beat Madrid, right? So
Yeah.
it's. I think if you do beat us, in a sense, you'll be favorites, I suppose. Even though a lot of teams, even though a lot of teams won't agree, but
I think the winner of Man City Bayern is probably even with you guys, they might be the favorite still.
I wouldn't say all that. I honestly, if you Bayern Munich, you'd rather go against Chelsea than Madrid, even though the second legs will be
Yeah,
at the Allianz Stadium for
I
Bayern
agree.
Munich, even if they go through against City.
well, it's just the experience and the mentality, like the you know
Yeah.
tournament football
And
psychology.
it's
is
just a
everything.
bad matchup for them again. Like Madrid is just a bad matchup for them.
I mean, yeah, like psychology. Like, look, it's tournament football. Psychology is everything. We were down 2-0, guys, in the first 20 minutes to Liverpool, and we didn't. It was never say die. There was never a moment where we were down 2-0 where we were like, "Fuck it, we can't win this game." We were just relentless, playing our football, content with everything.
I said it before. I think it's gonna be a Madrid Benfica final, but we're not ready for that conversation.
I don't think so.
Benfica have not lost a game, right, this season.
Yeah, they only lost one game this entire season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will lose it in the But that's it. Benfica. They've once they. I haven't seen them honestly. I haven't seen them play like against like a. Obviously, they've
But that's
played
the thing,
PSG,
though.
and
You
when they
won't.
played PSG, they drew against PSG.
You
But
won't though. The only time you're gonna see Benfica be tested if they go against Napoli, and that's the only time you're gonna see Napoli also tested too, because they're on the other side of the bracket. Because in the final, it doesn't matter how tested are you, because it's a one-off game.
The final. Yeah.
Well, look, how much of the Benfica's unbeaten run or one beaten run was down to Enzo, and they lost a huge piece, right?
Yeah,
they lost Enzo, so you'd have to
No,
say
no,
they're a weaker team now.
Yeah, because I don't care what league you play in. If you're in the Champions League quarterfinal, you only lost one game, you must be doing something right.
No, they're definitely doing something right. Yeah, but all I'm saying is I haven't seen them. When I've seen them play against like a tough like a PSG, and even PSG, that wasn't the greatest PSG. Like they drew twice. That they did quite well, but they didn't like they've been beating the other teams. Like they've been dominating the other teams. Juventus, even Club Brugge, they've been dominating the other teams.
I mean, Pep the other day. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say on paper, the semis on that side should beat Benfica and Napoli on paper. That's what it should be, but football's not played on paper. You never know.
Yeah,
what if we somehow get a Milan derby out of nowhere?
Honestly, I won't be surprised if Inter beat Benfica. I won't be surprised.
I'll be surprised because Inter doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's a UCL. So
where's the second leg's gonna be at for Inter and Benfica?
San Siro.
Ooh, San Siro
for Inter.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I think Benfica is the exact profile of team that can beat Madrid, because they're a compact. It's like Pep said the other day. Roger Schmidt, the way he's organizing this Benfica team is a very compact team. And like Kenny said earlier, against the PSG ties, PSG are just all over the place. PSG don't even have an identity. That's why a team like Benfica, that's very content in their defensive football, can beat a team or can get a result against a team like PSG, right? So I think sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ramsey. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, like for Inter, you know, you can't look past this Benfica team. You have to respect them. And Inter, they're going to need Lautaro and they're going to need their Barella to just be decisive in a game like that, because they're not going to get a lot of chances against a team like Benfica.
Lukaku? What about Lukaku?
That's a sticky one. That's a sticky one. I don't know.
I mean, he did score. He did score the game-winning goal against Porto.
Wasn't that his first goal of the year though?
Yeah, the guy's not been fit.
That's the goal that won the tie. That's the goal that won the tie.
Even the club president came out and said, "Yeah, Lukaku is not the same." Like, this is crazy. Oh,
that's about the round because we're gonna be doing second one in the evening where the guys are gonna come in and talk. But it's been a very good show. The UCL match. I got my wish. I got my dream. I'm happy.
But quickly, PSG must be pissed because if they would have finished first, they could have gone club. They could have gone Club Brugge.
Yeah,
and then inside the cover. Like, these guys must be pissed.
Oh yeah.
That's true. That's very true, though.
That's
very true.
But I was gonna.
So we're gonna come back again in the second half of the show to talk in the evening to talk about the show, because this first time just a little bit of a reaction for the guys who work who live very a different time zone. So we're gonna come back again for second time. We're gonna talk about all things Premier League, Europa League, Patrick Vieira getting sacked, and the Champions League deal. We're gonna have a discussion about that. So.
All right, thanks for having us.
Cool, yeah, thanks, man.
Like the video, guys. Like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. My people, peace out, guys. God bless and stay safe. See you guys in the evening, guys.